sports trending now.
Welcome to the Inland Sports Show. Your leader in sports in the Inland Empire. Now, here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Whatever you're doing, just stop, because we have huge breaking news making waves in the Inland Empire right now. It's all over Twitter, Jeff, that Coach Bruik, the head football coach at Redlands East Valley, is moving across town to Citrus Valley High School. Stunner.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say Star Wars spoilers, but
no,
apparently this is bigger than that.
Dare.
This is bigger than that.
Don't even give me your spoilers that you've been finding, because I don't want to know about it. I can hold out till Thursday, but this is too big. This is too big. We can't hold on to this, because Coach Bruik is moving on to the Blackhawks. He spent 16 seasons at Redlands East Valley. I just got off the phone with him a couple minutes ago, and he's going to be calling in just a couple minutes. So we'll hear from Coach Bruik leaving Redlands East Valley and making the jump over to Citrus Valley. We will talk about that. We got Khalil Ahmad, Cal State Fullerton basketball star, the Big West Player of the Week, also formerly of Centennial High School, pride of Centennial over there. Matt Logan, the head coach of the Centennial Huskies. He'll also check in, and Cajon quarterback Jaden Daniels. So a huge show lined up for the next 3 hours right here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. It's all brought to you by our good friends at Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change, Ken's Sporting Goods, Boost Performance Training, and Catalano Motors in Corona. Thank you to our sponsors. They make this thing happen, so we appreciate them as well. So, Jeff, we kind of thought it was going to be a little bit of a lazy Tuesday.
It is not. Things are happening all over the place.
Big breaking news, and Coach Bruik will join us in just a couple minutes. And like I said, I just got off the phone with him, and he said, hey, were you shocked? Were you stunned? I'm like, yeah, I think a lot of people are. So we're going to talk to Coach Bruik as he's leaving Redlands East Valley for Citrus Valley, and we'll get his thoughts on that. So, again, 16 years at Rev, 11 Citrus Belt League titles. Huge, huge news. Quick shout-out to Daniel Gonzalez, former Redlands East Valley star. He played at San Bernardino Valley College and most recently at the University of Redlands. Jeff, he'll join us tomorrow because he was named a Division III All-American for the University of Redlands football team, and there's only been 6 All-Americans in the history of Bulldog football at the U of R. So it's a very prestigious honor, and he had a huge season in the secondary for the University of Redlands. 9 interceptions in just 9 games, and again, only 6 players in a long history of football at the University of Redlands. So Daniel Gonzalez, All-American honors, and he'll join us tomorrow on the show to talk about being one of the best in the country in Division III. Another one of our inland sports headlines, that Sua Cravens of the Washington Redskins, he is set to return to the NFL. He kind of dropped off the map. He disappeared for a little bit.
Yeah, they said somebody said he was thinking about quitting and had all kinds of issues.
It's been kind of a mystery.
The love of the game must be back for Mr. Cravens.
Well, they're saying he was medically cleared from post-concussion syndrome, so he's free to play football again, but they're saying he won't play until next season. So, again, he kind of disappeared. No one really knew where he went. Was the desire there to play football? There was a lot of reports out there, people going on social media, that maybe he just simply did not want to play football anymore. But he was cryptically kind of tweeting things out saying, oh, the truth will come out. Well, anyways, his agent put out a statement. We'll probably revisit this later on the show that, yes, he had post-concussion syndrome, but now he has been cleared to play medically, and now, but it looks like not till next season for Sua Cravens out of Vista Murrieta High School.
My guess is he was probably in Tibet somewhere as a monk, and he was preparing himself for next season, so he was meditating the entire season.
You think that's what was going on?
I know that's what was going on. That's what I would do.
Well, he's set to return, so it's good to see Sua Cravens. He was a huge fan favorite in the Inland Empire when he was at Vista Murrieta High School, a huge star. In fact, I brought his name up yesterday. Do you remember that in the show?
Yes, I do.
I said there was a couple guys, and I've covered a lot of high school football the last 17, 18 years. There was a couple guys that you just knew were going to be stars, and Sua Cravens was one of those guys at Vista Murrieta. In fact, I think Coach Bruik and Redlands East Valley might have went up against him in a non-league contest a couple of years back. But, yeah, Sua Cravens from Vista Murrieta to USC to an NFL draft pick. He was just one of those guys that had stardom written all over him from the very beginning. So now it looks like he's ready to return medically, and hopefully as soon as next season we'll see him back on the field. But right now, let's go to the Ken Sporting Goods Celebrity Hotline. It's the great Kurt Bruik. And Coach, yes, I am stunned. I think a lot of people are stunned at the timing of this. First off, why leave Redlands East Valley now and go over to Citrus Valley as the head football coach?
I think for me, it's just time for a new chapter. I think it's time to do something different. I think, sometimes change makes us uncomfortable, but at the end of the day, it's exciting.
Well, that stadium over there must feel like home already because you guys played all those games there for Redlands East Valley, right?
Yeah, that's a factor as well. Obviously not having to jump on a bus, 10 weeks in a row, that obviously is a factor. Crazy, Pep, I've been a head coach 20 years, and both places I've been, I've never had a stadium. So, again, this is just something, exciting for me.
So you were at Redlands East Valley for 16 years, 11 Citrus Belt League titles, an Inland Division CIF Southern Section Championship, a state championship. I know you're going to have a lot of fond memories at Redlands East Valley. What are some of the things that you're going to remember as the head coach of the Wildcats?
Well, I remember walking in my first day as like a 30-year-old kid, meeting the players. That was one of the scariest days of my life. And then, like I said, to today, leaving school, announcing that I'm going to be leaving. It's bittersweet, in a lot of ways. I'm driving right now and I'm kind of shaking, just thinking, what am I doing? But at the same time, it provides a new opportunity,
Has your phone just been absolutely blowing up constantly?
Bananas, absolutely bananas. I thought deep down in my heart, I thought I was just going to, throw it out there and then everything was just going to move on, just move on. It's been, a lot of support, a lot of criticism, all the above. Nothing I'm not used to, though. I mean, it's kind of the story of my life, So, with that being said, CV it's my daughter's home school. It's right down the street from my house. It's the closest high school to me, and I live in that community. So, and I've lived in that community for all of 15 years. So, it's gonna, it's like I said, it's a right move for me. The timing's never going to be right when you leave something. But this is the only shot I got, I think.
Coach, you got a lot of gear you got to get rid of now that you have a new color scheme. Are we going to see gold pants? I want to see gold pants.
If I can find them, I'll wear them.
I'll find them for you, Coach.
Yeah, we'll find them for you if you want.
What's funny is I got a text from Tony Burrell, and that's the first thing. Well, one of the first things he said. He was like, "Man, you got a lot of gear to give away," So.
We got Kurt Bruik here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. He's heading over to Citrus Valley to take over the Blackhawks program. And Coach, from the outside looking in, I always thought Citrus Valley was a good spot. They got a great stadium. They always have pretty good numbers at the varsity level. They're in Division 8 in terms of the playoffs. I mean, what do you like about that Blackhawk program? I know you haven't actually got over there yet. You'll be effective, I think it was January 8th. Does that sound right?
Yeah, that's right. I think you basically summed it all up. After you get over the shock value and you really look at the situation, it's a very, very good situation to walk into. So, I mean, that's kind of the way I'm looking at it.
Did you have much convincing, like from the wife or maybe from your dad? Did other people just kind of back off and say, "Hey, Coach, this is your call. You do what you got to do," or what were some of the other factors?
For me, it's the hardest factor for me is leaving the kids. That's the hardest thing. But as far as everyone else and my family and my friends and everyone is very supportive of my decision. Again, first they scratched their head a little bit, and then they were just like, "Hey, if that's what you want to do, we support you 100%." So, I mean, that I got that going for me. Everyone seems to understand why I'm doing what I'm doing.
Well, if they're depressed that you're leaving over there, well, just get your dad out of retirement. I know he's got a lot of gump left in him. Just say, Dad, why don't you come on over and coach, and then he can you guys can coach against each other, have a little fun.
No, thanks. No. One thing I'm not worried about Rev continuing to thrive. They have a great squad coming back. I see in the 3 classes of kids they got, I see great kids in there, phenomenal young men. I think they're going to be just fine. Whoever is the new leader, they're going to walk into a special group of kids. I'll tell you that.
Well, Coach, obviously your father is a legend here in the Inland Empire and just high school football in general, the great Dick Bruik. And we saw him, build up that Fontana program to be a national powerhouse, and then he went over to the new school, Kaiser, and I guess there could be some similarities between going from Redlands East Valley to Citrus Valley, which is kind of the new school in Redlands. Did he give you any advice or any pointers along the way in terms of going to a different program and kind of, again, putting your stamp on it?
We talked about it Saturday night. I was over at their house, and I was just kind of getting my mom and dad's last bits of advice. And one of the things my dad said to me that stuck is he said, "You're going to have to work harder than you've ever worked in your life." So, and I'm ready for that. I don't shy away from hard work. I can do that.
We got Kurt Bruik here on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Like he said, his phone's been blowing up. It's the big news. Coach, did you really think this was just going to go under the radar? Come on.
I was hoping so. I was really hoping it would just kind of, just flow and everybody would be okay, and then we just move on. But obviously, like I said, if you're calling me to be on your radio show, it must be big news.
It must be, right?
Now, Coach, will you transfer over to the school at the second semester, teach over there, or will you continue to teach at Rev?
Yeah, this is my last week at Rev. I have 2 more days at Rev, and then I'll be at CV.
Wow.
And then the gold pants, the black and gold, it all comes out, right?
Gold shoes. I'm going to get you gold shoes, gold pants, gold shirt, gold hat. Big gold finger.
I think we need to go a little easy. Let's go a little easy there. Let's not go too crazy.
You're going to look like a James Bond villain on the sidelines. Gold finger.
I was thinking more MC Hammer, but it's the same thing.
Some gold lame pants.
Oh, my goodness. Hey, Coach, we appreciate the time. I know you got to go pick up your daughter, so we appreciate you making some time for us here on the Inland Sports Show. Best of luck, and, of course, we'll catch up again soon as you start your new chapter with the Citrus Valley Blackhawks. Thank you, Coach.
All right. I appreciate you guys.
All right. That's
Thanks,
the great
Coach.
Kurt Bruik. Thanks, Coach.
See ya.
Gold finger.
Yeah, he's going to be decked out in gold coming up. So Citrus Valley's new head football coach, Kurt Bruik. Man, that's huge news in the Inland Empire. We love Coach Bruik, and if he thought he was going to just ease into the Christmas break and just kind of sneak in there.
And I think we were going to talk later on the show about openings. Coaching openings.
We are coaching openings.
That's a big one right there. If you take all the job openings in the area, that one just went to the top of the list right there.
Yeah, Redlands East Valley is open. Redlands is open as well. Redlands High School. So there's 2 schools in the city of Redlands that are currently open. I know Derek Dial, who had the interim tag last season for the Terriers. Does he want to come back? I think he does. But 2 jobs open in the city of Redlands. And, I should have gave Kurt Bruik some media advice, because I know there's a lot of teams out there, especially more so at the college or the professional level, when they've got some news that they don't really want making major headlines or under the spotlight, and they always send out the press release or announce it like Fridays at 5 o'clock or on a Saturday or a Sunday, and you can't get a hold of anybody.
That's the best way to do it.
So, like maybe it's a well-known player getting cut from a professional team. They'll send the press release Friday at 5 o'clock.
Exactly.
Like, oh, sorry, man, the general manager, the coach, everybody already went home. Really sorry, we can't get a hold of anybody. But no, Kurt Bruik on a Tuesday after. We thought it was going to be a lazy day, Jeff.
A Tuesday at like 1:15 or whatever it was. I got a text from me. Hey, Bruik is gone. I said, what do you mean? He said he took the new job, and I think it went around like wildfire.
It did.
Talking about it.
It did. It got going pretty fast. In fact, I had a daughter home sick from school today, and we were trying to get caught up with some schoolwork. So we were doing fractions and mixed numbers and least common multiple, all kinds of good stuff. And all of a sudden my phone started blowing up. I told my daughter, I'm like, hold on, the fractions and the decimals, put that on hold for a second. I think Kurt Bruik's going to Citrus Valley. This is big news. So again, we appreciate the head coach of the Blackhawks, Kurt Bruik, for joining us here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Again, we're live and amplified right now on the Inland Sports channel as well on YouTube, so you can go back and listen to the interview as well. And a little bit later in the show, as we mentioned, we'll talk about some of those head coaching openings right now as we head into the Christmas break, and now you can add Redlands East Valley to that list. And Bruik touched on it. The cupboard's not bare. I mean, Redlands East Valley is still in good shape. Someone's going to walk into that program and still be very competitive right off the bat. And now we'll see what Kurt Bruik can do at Citrus Valley for a team that wants to get into the playoffs. They're in Division 8. I mean, they could make a deep run in Division 8. It looks kind of wide open for them in terms of planting that flag and establishing themselves as a football power. So,
and a newer community, a lot of homes coming in that area. He's going to get a lot of players. I mean, and he's a good coach. He's going to develop young And you watch, a couple years down the line here, they're going to be one of those big local powers.
Well, Jeff, I know a lot of people want to talk about this. They've been hitting us up on Twitter all over the place, but let's open up the phone lines as well. We're going to take a quick commercial break, but if you want to talk about Redlands East Valley, Citrus Valley, high school football, maybe another one of those high school football openings right now, we want to hear from you.
Star Wars?
As long as it's spoiler-free.
Yeah, spoiler-free Star Wars.
I cannot deal with the spoilers, Jeff.
Hey, we have 2 nights, and you and I are on a date.
Oh, my gosh.
Thursday night at 7 p.m., baby. Pep and I are going to be eating popcorn watching Star Wars.
And you know some things about Star Wars that you better not tell me.
Yeah, I read something. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
Just stop. A little bit later in the show at 3:30, we got the Sith Lord himself, Matt Logan.
We're going to ask him if he knows anything.
We better not. The head coach of the Centennial Huskies, he's right around the corner as well. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
The Inland Empire's home for all things IE just got even better. Introducing the award-winning Inland Sports Show with Pep Fernandez and Jeff Corup. Weekdays 3 to 6 p.m. Your local sports leader in the Inland Empire. Fox Sports IE 1350.
Scott Graham from Westwood One with a Thursday Night Football preview brought to you by Jared, the Galleria of Jewelry. Kenny Albert will join Tony Vaselli in Indianapolis.
So how you guys doing? My name is Coach Ray Bass. We're here at the Boost Performance Center today, and here with the one and only Pep Fernandez, and we're going to go over a real basic vertical jump, all right? We're going to teach you guys the technique and its progression. This is a great drill for really any sports, really emphasizes pure power production through the hips, and power is really important for basically any type of athlete, whether you're a football player, track, soccer, basketball. You know, we all want to be powerful, strong athletes, so we're going to go over that today. All right, so first things first, I'm going to have Jacob go ahead and stand with his feet underneath his hips. So you want to have your toes pointed forward. You want your feet to be about hip width, all right? He's going to have his shoulders flexed, all right, in front of his body. So his arms up in front. Okay, now, the most important part here is what's called a counter movement. And what that is I'm going to throw my shoulders back into extension, all right? I'm going to flex my hips, all right? So the shoulders are going to be flexed, and the hips are going to, the shoulders are going to be extended and the hips are going to be flexed, all right? And then we follow that up with shoulder flexion and hip extension. It's got to be really fast, all right? So right now, I'm just going to show you the first phase of that. So Jacob, I want you to drop your hips into flexion. I want you to throw your arms back into extension when I say go. Ready? Go. Right there. So come up. That's the most important movement there. So after that, it's the landing, all right? So we want to get as high as we can. As I go up, I want to extend through my hips, through my knees, I want my toes pointed up. And when we land, I'm going to land back into that hip flexion, arms extended, and I want to stick the landing, all right? So we're going to go over it now. So now we're going to actually jump here, Jacob. I want to see that counter movement. Go ahead and walk a little bit closer to the hurdle here. We're going to extend on the way up. As we elevate, extend through the hips and the knees, stick the landing, throw the arms into extension. Here we go. Ready? On you.
We're small, family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajon, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Network. There's no hidden fees.
No credit checks.
No compromises.
No strings attached.
AT&T Prepaid has plans for people who like great deals.
Plans for people who love gift giving.
Flexibility.
Reliability.
All the abilities.
AT&T Prepaid is for people in places where it snows a lot, like Syracuse.
And plans for people in places where it snows not a lot, like Miami.
I love snow.
That makes one of us.
The list is long.
Really long.
This holiday season, switch to AT&T Prepaid to get a new ZTE Maven 3 smartphone for free. And all the advantages of AT&T's reliable network with no compromises. In stores or at att.com/prepaid.
Limited time offer available at participating AT&T stores. Requires new line of service $45 $65 plan and autopay. Reliable network claim for third-party sources, fees, coverage, and other restrictions apply.
From the Buffalo Wild Wings Weather Center.
This report is brought to you by the T.J. Martell Foundation.
Hey everybody, I'm Eric Church, asking you to join me in the fight against leukemia, cancer, and AIDS through the T.J. Martell Foundation. Your support helps facilitate cutting-edge research that will lead to more effective treatments and save more lives. Visit tjmartell.org to learn about music's promise for a cure.
Now back to the Inland Sports Show. Here's Pep and Jeff.
And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Quick little break here before the Sith Lord, Centennial head football coach Matt Logan. We're excited to have him on the show again. It was a very quick, fast start to the show, Jeff, because we had to break the big news. Kurt Bruich leaving Redlands East Valley to go to Citrus Valley again. Real quick, our headlines, of course, Bruich taking over the Citrus Valley Blackhawks football program. University of Redlands football star Daniel Gonzalez named an All-American, only the 6th all-time in a long history at the U of R for the Bulldog football team. And Sua Cravens out of Vista Marietta High School and the Washington Redskins cleared to return to football, although we will not likely see him until the next football season in 2018.
Kawhi Leonard also making his first start tonight.
That's right. He's scheduled to. In fact, I looked it up. So the Spurs are on the road at the Dallas Mavericks. They're going to tip off about 5:30 local time. So we're actually going to get an update. We'll let you know how Kawhi's doing in his first start of the season. The former King High School star has been out with that quad injury, but now he's set to get back in that San Antonio Spurs lineup tonight against Dallas, and we'll bring you an update before the end of the show here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. So a lot to unpack there with Kurt Bruich making the move from Redlands East Valley over to Citrus Valley, and I know a lot of people are going to be shocked, but really, again, we touched on it. From afar, Citrus Valley looks like a good gig. They've got a great stadium, great administration. They always have good numbers in terms of kids who are coming out. So, Jeff, from the outside looking in, I mean, why not, right?
Yeah, I mean, you're playing for a team, or you'd be coaching a team that has won, I think, 8 straight until this year Citrus Bell championships. So
at Redlands, at Rev,
at Rev. Yeah. I mean, that's a great gig for whomever.
Yeah, at Redlands East Valley, but at Citrus Valley, yeah.
I mean, he's going to do a great job. Like we said, they have a lot of new homes out there, and he's going to really build his system because he's going to have young guys. It might take him a couple years. It might take him just 1 year, but they're in that Division 8. They can go in right away and win. It's going to be a good situation for him.
It's going to be interesting, the battle for the city of Redlands right now with Redlands High School. They lost Jim Walker after a quarter of a century of coaching that long blue line for the Terriers, and now Kurt Bruich making the jump from Redlands East Valley to Citrus Valley. So Rev and potentially Redlands will have new head coaches. Maybe we'll see if Derek Dial will get back into the mix and be still, remain the head coach of the Terriers. But now Kurt Bruik over at Citrus Valley.
Crazy. Wearing
that gold. And, Jeff, you just tweeted something out for the people, right?
Yeah, his new coaching uniform I put out there on.
Is this breaking news? He has a new coach?
He has new coaching gear. I posted it on Twitter. So if you're checking it out, look it up. It looks great. He'll look fine.
So this is actually his actual real coaching
coaching attire for this upcoming season.
More breaking news. Go check out Jeff. What's your Twitter handle, Jeff?
I think it's just Jeff Gorham. I don't know.
It's not like the mayor, Big Jeezy, or
it's just at Jeff. It's at Jeffrey with a G, like the Toys R Us giraffe. Jeffrey Gorham. You look it up there. It's awesome. But yeah, he shared it with me, and I'm sharing it with you.
And I'm sure Coach Bruik is still listening to the show right now. I know he's driving around in his car, so Coach, you can go check out that tweet he probably doesn't even know that's his new coaching attire for the sidelines at Citrus Valley High School.
It. I'm telling you, it's beautiful. He's gold, that's for sure.
He was known for wearing. It's kind of compared to I call him like the Ricky Fowler of high school football coaching, because Ricky Fowler always wears kind of like more of the loud, stylish things.
Yeah, the red pants he wore
yeah.
He needs patent leather, gold shoes, the patent leather suit. I'm telling you, man, it'd be sweet.
He could pull that off too.
He could.
He's got some style.
Oh, look, we're getting some people looking it up right now. So
Are they?
Yeah. So good for you guys out there.
It's legit. It's totally legit. So yeah, congratulations to Kurt Bruik. It's just going to be strange for a while to see him in that black and gold instead of the red. We've gotten so accustomed to it. In fact, he put Redlands East Valley on the map. He led them to a CIF Southern Section Inland Division Championship. In fact, that game against Riverside Poly when they won the title will go down as one of the best high school football games that I saw with my own eyes.
That's right.
Do you remember that at Ramona High School? Came down to the end. Oh, my gosh.
There were some questionable calls in that one.
That was a big one.
Referees are still taking heat from that game.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
And then they went to the Southern California Regional. And do you remember this? They played at Citrus Valley. That's why I was telling Coach. I mean,
that's right.
They play pretty much all their home games at Citrus Valley High School. So he's already been playing there inside that stadium on campus at CV. So they played their regional against a team from Bakersfield, Ridgeview, and they won that game. I remember that. And then they went on to the state championship, and they beat the Clayton Valley Ugly Eagles. That's real ugly. It was a close game. Malik Levette led the way. Armando Herrera, all those guys, as Redlands East Valley won their first and only CIF state championship with Kurt Bruik. So a lot of great memories. He did some amazing things. Redlands East Valley established itself as one of the top high school football programs in Southern California, certainly the IE. And now can he do it at Citrus Valley? That's the big question.
That's the big question. And another question is, what everyone else is doing.
What are they doing, Jeff?
They are calling the AD at Rev and saying, hey, you have an opening, and there's some big names that have called that AD over there going,
you and I, between the two of us, we could come up with a short list of a couple names, and I don't know if we should make that public yet.
I already know who some of those guys, we know exactly who's calling.
But Rev is a very attractive job, and we'll see who's going to step in there and replace the great Kurt Bruik. Speaking of great, coming up on the show, Matt Logan, the head coach of the Centennial Huskies. He'll be coaching in the IE All-Star Classic coming up. We'll talk to him about that, as well as his schedule for next season. Curious to see who he's going to play.
Yeah, his Star Destroyer is flying overhead right now.
No spoilers. No Star Wars spoilers, Jeff, because we know Coach Logan, he's a big Star Wars nerd just like us, so don't you dare.
I know there's 6 things.
Six things? Stop. That's 6 too many. I don't want to know.
I'll give away 1.
No. We'll be right back here on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
The Inland Empire's home for all things IE just got even better. Introducing the award-winning Inland Sports Show with Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Weekdays 3 to 6 p.m.
Your local sports leader in the Inland Empire. Fox Sports IE 1350.
Here's a list of reasons why AT&T...
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
How you guys doing? I'm Coach Ray again. We're here at the Boost Performance Center with the one and only Pep Fernandez. So today's tip, I'm going to go over the shuttle run. So really, the shuttle run is a great drill to measure lateral speed, power, and change of direction. So we're going to go over that today, and it's a drill that can benefit really, again, any type of field sport, whether you're a basketball player, football, volleyball, soccer. If you got to change directions, you got to be quick. Shuttle runs for you. Okay, so Jacob's going to demonstrate the shuttle run here. We're going to start off with the stance. So he's going to have his feet about hip width. Now, this is really important because a lot of times you get guys who will try to shift their stance. You got to split the line evenly, and you want to make sure your toes are forward. You want to make sure your feet are right underneath your hips, all right? So he's going to have his feet forward and underneath their hips. All right, now, when I say set, he's going to drop down very quickly. Whatever hand is down is the direction that you have to go. So he's going to go to his left first, so he's got to have his left hand down. Now, his right hand is going to be right here, all right? It's going to be right in front of his body. His elbow's going to be flexed, hand's going to be right under his chin, all right? So when I say he's going to drop down really fast, all right, he's going to put his hand down, left hand down on top of the line, right hand underneath his chin. Ready? Set. All right, relax. All right, so that's the stance there. We don't want to hold the stance any longer than about 3 seconds, all right? So we want to be in and out. All right, now let's talk about the first touch. Once he leaves, all right, his first movement, that timer is going to start. He's going to give me a nice lateral run coming out. So he's not going to turn his head and turn his body to run. He's going to lateral run coming out, and then we make our first touch. He's going to do what's called a wedge cut. It's a double foot cut, and he's going to touch right outside of his feet here. So he's going to touch the line with his left hands. He's going to do a wedge cut, a double foot cut. He's going to have a nice angle at the shins. He's going to touch right outside of the foot. So now I'm heading back in the direction I want to go. All right, that angle is really important. So we're going to nice wedge cut here, left hand touch. We'll wedge cut it here with the right, and then we'll sprint through for the finish. 5, 10, 5. Here we go. You ready, Jacob? So he's going to go on me. Set. Go. Get back. Finish right in the middle. Good, right there. Now, typically, you want to finish with your head down, all right? You want to maintain that forward lean. There you have it, shuttle run.
Down the road. So if your check engine light comes on, come on over to AutoZone and let's get you what you need.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
It's Macy's one-day sale. Shop incredible deals of the day, Tuesday and Wednesday, like 60% off sweaters for him and for her. Take 50% off coats for him and packable styles for her. Save 40 to 75% on select fine jewelry. 8-piece bed ensembles from Fairfield Square Collection, just $29.99. And tools of the trade cookware, only $9.99. Macy's one-day sale. The perfect gift brings people together. Savings off regular and sale prices. Exclusions apply.
People are always looking to invest in a good opportunity. So what if you could invest in the future of kids, like a stock? Not the kind of stock that's about making money, but a stock for social change, called Better Futures. With your investment, it helps students like me go to college. My name is Charles, and I'm your dividend.
Invest in better futures with UNCF. Visit uncf.org/invest. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a wonderful thing to invest in. Brought to you by UNCF and the Ad Council.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Corum.
And welcome back to a spoiler-free edition of the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Big thanks again to Coach Bruik, coming on the show to announce he is going to Citrus Valley High School to be the new head football coach.
There's a spoiler right there.
It is a spoiler. It's breaking news, but we had to do it for the people of the IE. That's why we're here, Jeff.
You know something? Obi-Wan Kenobi. Oh, wait, no, I won't say it. I won't tell you.
Don't get those words.
I won't go some Last Jedi spoilers.
Well, we got to bring on the head coach of the Centennial Huskies on the show, the great Matt Logan, and we know he appreciates Star Wars as well. So, Coach, I just want to let you know that Jeff knows certain exclusive details on the movie, and I have begged him to please not say anything because I don't want to be spoiled, and I hope he doesn't spoil it for you as well because I know you like Star Wars as well, right, Coach?
I do, yes.
Yeah, so we're going to keep Jeff under wraps.
Well, I'll tell you what. I was looking at Twitter, and it burned my eyes. I was looking for reviews.
Jeff, just stop.
And I saw something, and it burned my. And I'm
just
telling
stop.
you, I wish I wouldn't have seen it.
Just stop. I know you can't take it back now, but don't spoil it for myself or Coach Logan. We want to go to the movie feeling good about it.
You and I are going Thursday night, buddy.
We are. Coach, we appreciate you taking the time to join us here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. I'm just curious, and first off, Merry Christmas, but I'm just curious, are you all in Christmas mode? You know, with the house decorated, the tree up, the presents?
Well, there's no presents yet, but the tree is up and the lights are on the outside of the house. So, yeah, we're getting there.
Oh, well, your wife must be saying, where's all her presents? Where's all the presents under the tree? Or your kids, you know?
And normally he's playing until, like, March, it seems like, so he never can put up the Christmas lights.
You got a head start. Coach, do you follow the state playoffs? When you guys aren't in it, do you keep an eye on, like, let's say the Mater Day and the Open Division game?
You know, I do because I got a lot of friends and teams that are still playing and stuff like that, so I try to follow as much as I can.
It's that coaching tree.
It is,
The Coach Logan, the Sith Lord coaching tree is everywhere.
Well, I was looking at Division 1A. It's Pittsburgh against Narbonne, and the first thing I thought was, hey, that's two schools that Centennial blew out. But they're playing for a state championship in Division 1A. Coach, let's go back to that Bosco game real quick. And, of course, you know, as an IE sports fan, we would have loved to have seen a healthy Tanner McKee playing in that game against Bosco in the semifinals. Maybe it could have been a different outcome. But, you know, what are you going to remember about this season and specifically about that Bosco game? Because you guys played your hearts out even with Tanner McKee on the sideline.
Yeah, I was really proud of our kids. They really competed, and to be down 27-0 and you know, virtually have, you know, our third quarter back in and to battle back within 7 midway through the third quarter was fantastic for our kids. And the wheels kind of fell off at that point, but it was a great year. I'm very proud of our kids. They competed. They handled a lot of different things that went on beginning of the off season, and they didn't waver. And they came out and competed, and that's all you can ask. And we were right there within striking distance of in both losses that we had this year. So it's very proud of them.
We got Centennial head football coach Matt Logan here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Coach, you got some guys coming back, right? How do you look for next season?
Defensively, we got a lot of guys coming back. Offensively, we graduate a pretty senior group up front, pretty good O-line, and obviously Tanner is gone. So O-line and quarterback are probably our biggest questions coming in. We'll be young at those spots, and then but feel really good defensively about what's coming back. We had a lot of guys play, and a lot of those kids that played that were backups and or rotated, with us with starters are all coming back. So we're excited about the future.
Now, we've talked before about how difficult it is to schedule teams when you play at Centennial High School because they don't want to make the trip out to the 951, and, Centennial usually gets the best of all these Orange County teams and state powerhouses and like Pittsburgh. But what does the schedule look like for next season, and is it full? Are you still looking for teams to play?
It is full this year. We're going to hopefully never have that happen again. But we're playing Chandler from high school from Arizona. They're coming out for the first game. And then we play Orange Lutheran, and we play Narbonne again. We play Pittsburgh again, and we play Valley View. So that's our 5 non-league games. So the Pittsburgh game, is that up the road in the Bay Area this time? No, they come back down here. So they come back down this way.
They don't. No one travels. They come to Centennial.
They come to Centennial.
Yeah,
that's right.
Forget that. I'm glad you get to play a full 10 games this year or next year. This year, you guys. Yeah, we're excited, and that's a good schedule too. We're real excited about next year.
Well, I'll have to tell you off the air, Coach. I ran into another high school football coach from out of the area, And he's very interested in playing you guys. So I wanted to see if you had an open date. Maybe even the season after that. So 2019 maybe.
Oh, that's right.
We'll get them scheduled. I told Jeff about it off the air. So I'll tell you about it later when we're not on the air here live on the Inland Sports Show. But, Coach, we got the 33rd Annual Inland Empire All-Star Classic coming in. It's going to be at Centennial High School on January 13th. You've got the Riverside County All-Stars. I'm going to assume we'll have some Centennial guys, right, in that game?
Yeah. I'm hoping they'll play, and it'll be fun.
You've done this game before, haven't you?
I have, yeah. I think this is my fourth time, I think, doing the game in 21 years.
So what do you remember about this game, and what makes it special about playing in an all-star game, or coaching for that matter, in an all-star game where you have guys from all these different variety of schools? Some are league rivals. Some schools have never seen each other, but they all come together for the common cause, and that's to play one more high school game as a senior. Yeah,
I think for the kids it's a great experience to get to play with guys that they maybe haven't met before, only read about and those type of things, and then obviously guys that they've competed against maybe their whole life, from youth sports all the way up through high school. It becomes a real good camaraderie with these guys. They develop a good rapport with each other, and I've had nothing but great experience with it. From a coach standpoint, it's fun. I mean, it's a little tough, you're giving up a week of vacation at another game, but we coach football because we love it, so it'll be fun.
We got Centennial head coach Matt Logan here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. And Coach, you would joke around, and I think there was some truth in it, but you would say, hey, we play so deep into December that you feel like you're behind for the next season. Do you feel like you're caught up, or at least where you should be going into the 2018 season at this point?
Yeah, I think we are this year. It's been interesting. So all the equipment is already collected, all that's put away, so we're moving on to next year and getting ready, and got the kids lifting already and doing that stuff, I think. So, yeah, we got a little bit of a head start. So we'd rather be behind than have a head start, but it's okay. We'll deal with the situation we have.
So spring ball for you guys, because you start like in March, don't you? Take like March and get on the field?
Yeah, we start getting on the field just for like an hour, twice a week in March, yep.
Man, so football season, we'll get through Christmas and get through the first of the year, and it's like, oh, man, spring ball practices for high school football teams around the Inland Empire, which is crazy to think. So, Coach, Tanner McKee, man, we've been talking about him for a couple years. Who's the guy at quarterback for you next season?
It'll be, the only one we have on the team is Ola Michaela. He's a returner, and he played some this year, unfortunately. Had a couple injuries, and so we need to get him healthy and strong. And so right now he's the only one we have, and I'm sure we'll probably have a kid or two come in, and he'll compete, and that'll be good for us. But we're excited about him. He's a really good athlete. He's really smart, and the only thing he lacks is experience, and that'll come right away with the teams we play.
Well, we broke the big news about Coach Bruik leaving.
Oh, did you hear that, Logan? Coach Logan, that Coach Bruik was leaving?
I did not hear that.
Oh,
go ahead, Jeff.
Coach Bruik is leaving Rev to go over to the lovely Citrus Valley, and he was on our show here a few minutes ago. And just maybe, if you want to give us some breaking news, where's Tanner McKee going to go?
I told him we had our banquet on Sunday night, and I go, would you please pick a school so I can quit answering those questions?
Yeah, because
that's all I hear from everybody. I'm in the dry cleaners. Hey, where's Tanner going to go to school?
Hey, if Kurt Bruik can announce on our show, Tanner McKee can announce on our show, because I personally need to know. We all want to know.
Yeah, I would too. I know he's going to visit here either today or tomorrow from Jimbo Fisher, so but we'll see if he can sway him. But we'll see what he does. I think he's in a good situation. Whatever way he goes, he'll be in good shape. He's got some very good schools he's down to, and he'll have a great future.
Well, I can't even keep up with him because on social media, Twitter and Instagram are all the places that Tanner McKee hangs out. I see him, with the home visits from all these different coaches, and I can't even keep up with him because it feels like every single of these top programs in the country at least have some interest in Tanner McKee if they haven't already offered. So I know he's a very high-prized commodity out there for some lucky college football team. Do you give him, Coach, any advice to get through this process? Because obviously you've had a lot of great players go through the Centennial football program, and you've done this more than once in terms of getting a guy to that right college fit. I mean, do you give him any advice, or does he kind of lean on his family? How does that decision process come about?
We have met and talked about it, and his family obviously is a big influence. The thing that's different about his situation is, him going on a mission, and it's really, you got to project 2 years out. So, and as we all know how this profession works, at least at the college level, that could change dramatically with coaches and stuff like that. So I think that's one of his concerns. You know, who will be there in 2 years when he's done, and will it be the same setup and those type of things. So I know that's definitely a concern of his. But you know, he'll make the right choice and he'll make it work.
Yeah, and most coaches would look at that as maybe a good opportunity because he's kind of a slight kid. He's got, like I said, a great
filling
arm.
out. He's a big kid, but he's filling out. Yeah.
But you figure 2 years of maturation, I guess is the word here. He could, I mean, potentially could come in as a 20-year-old player and mature, and that might benefit.
Grown man.
Yeah, that might benefit him as well.
I think so too. I think it will too. I think it'll be a good situation for him. You know, the only thing is, you know, he might have to throw a coconut instead of a football to train a little bit with quarterback skills. But I think 2 years of maturity and development will definitely help him.
Wait, do you know where he's going on his mission? Is it somewhere exotic?
No, we do not know. He finds out, I think, right after he graduates, and he'll get a letter. I just actually talked about this process with him, and he'll get a letter, and he'll kind of like, you know, it's kind of like a scholarship offer. You get the letter in the mail, and you open it up, and you see where you're going.
So he could be going to a tropical destination with coconuts. Who knows?
Or he could go to Latvia or Lithuania. You never know.
Hang out with the Ball Brothers in Lithuania. Well, Coach, we always appreciate the time. You're one of our favorites, and we look forward to seeing you at the 33rd Annual Inland Empire All-Star Classic. That's January 13th at Coach Logan's house, Centennial High School. So we're excited to see you out there. Best of luck, and again, if Tanner McKee wants to come on the show, make the big announcement, hey, we're here. We're ready for him.
Sounds good. I'll let him know that, and I'm going to hang on the line because I want to see who wants to play me.
You know what? I will. We're about to hit a commercial break. I'll call or text you. Is that a deal?
All right, sounds good.
All right.
Ken Batdorf.
No.
Play Norda Vista.
It's not Novi. I'll tell you that. It's not Norda Vista. All right, Coach Logan, we appreciate the time, and I'll give you a call back in just a second. All right, so we got actually a phone call right now on the hotline because we did open up the phone lines.
Who's on the hotline?
Let's go right to the phone lines. Hey, welcome to the Inland Sports Show. Who's this?
This is Dominic. How's it going?
Dominic, living in the fast lane.
Is this Hugh Hefner?
What's up, Jeff? How's it going?
I'm going pretty good, pretty good. Just living vicariously through your social media, my friend.
I wanted to call and see how you guys are doing.
We're doing all right. We're hanging in there. We had breaking news with Coach Bruik leaving Redlands East Valley, going to Citrus Valley. We just had Matt Logan on from Centennial, so a pretty nice little Tuesday.
Okay. Well, whatever. I didn't get to catch what Matt said, but whatever he said is definitely gold. What was Logan talking about?
He definitely knows what he's talking about. We always have Matt Logan on in the show. We're talking about his schedule for next season, where Tanner McKee's going to go. Lots of good stuff. The Inland Empire All-Star Classic, which is coming up January 13th at Centennial High School. But, hey, while we got you on the phone, how's the Lila Project going?
Everything's going good, man. I appreciate you asking. We're actually having an event this Sunday. We're going to be feeding about 100 homeless people at Corona City Park. We're going to be giving sleeping bags, backpacks, clothes, food. It's going to be a good time.
Man, Dom, I mean, I know you do a lot of cool things in your life, but that's the best, man, when you give back to the folks who need it the most right here in our own backyard in the Inland Empire. If there's people out there that also want to get involved, maybe they want to donate their time, maybe they want to donate some money or some items, how can they get more involved?
Yeah, you know what? I'm actually calling because I wanted to personally invite Jeff. I need Jeff to be a part of this. He talks about my Instagram and Twitter all the time. I need to get a picture with him so we can post it. But no, they can just come down. We're accepting donations on the spot. They can come down. We'd love to have their hands and their help more than anything, because we want to just share the compassionate community with them. So,
oh no, I think we lost
Dom,
him.
Are you there, Dom?
Yeah.
Oh, there you
are. Yeah, I'm
here.
here.
So
can
Jeff,
you hear me?
Yeah, we got you. So Jeff, can you make that happen?
What time is this?
You there?
Yes, I'm here. What time is the event?
The event is this Sunday. It's from 2 to 5 at Corona City Park. Bring a side dish. If you want, bring a sleeping bag, new or used, a raincoat, gloves, beanie, being that it's wintertime, it's getting cold, it's getting rough out there for some of the homeless people in the Inland Empire. So we're just trying to give back and help them out.
Sounds good.
Celebrity signing, Jeff.
I will effort to be there. I'm going to be out in the Orange County area until about 1 o'clock, but when I head back, I'll stop. I have to come through Corona.
There you go. You'll be going through anyways.
I'll be there.
I'd love to see both of you guys. I'll let you guys get back to work. You guys keep killing it.
Dom, you're the man. We appreciate it, and keep up the great work with the Lila Project and doing so many wonderful things for people who need it the most here in the IE.
All right, Pep, you have a good one.
All right, thanks, Dom.
Have a big hug.
He is the man. Actually, I'll be in Montana, Jeff, so you're going to have to carry that inland sports flag for the two of us. I'll be in Montana with UC Riverside basketball. So
I can do that, and I have a sleeping bag in my garage I can bring out to the project and help out.
That'd be awesome, man. That'd be awesome. We're proud to help out the Lila Project any way we can. When we come back, we've got Khalil Ahmad from Cal State Fullerton, the Big West Conference Player of the Week in college basketball for the Big West. Pretty awesome. And Centennial High School. It's a Centennial show. He's a Centennial Husky.
Oh, he's putting up some points.
Yeah, big time. Those are like Jeff Gorham points.
Those are not quite. Not quite that.
Almost.
Whoa.
Hold on.
Hold the reins, pal.
We'll be right back here on the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
We're small, family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajon, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
How you guys doing? I'm Coach Ray again. We're here at the Boost Performance Center with the one and only Pep Fernandez. So today's tip, I'm going to go over the shuttle run. So really, the shuttle run is a great drill to measure lateral speed, power, and change of direction. So we're going to go over that today, and it's a drill that can benefit really, again, any type of field sport, whether you're a basketball player, football, volleyball, soccer. You know, if you got to change directions, you got to be quick. Shuttle runs for you. Okay, so Jacob's going to demonstrate the shuttle run here. We're going to start off with the stance. So he's going to have his feet about hip width. Now, this is really important because a lot of times you get guys who will try to shift their stance. You got to split the line evenly, and you want to make sure your toes are forward. You want to make sure your feet are right underneath your hips, all right? So he's going to have his feet forward and underneath their hips. All right, now, when I say set, he's going to drop down very quickly. Whatever hand is down is the direction that you have to go. So he's going to go to his left first, so he's got to have his left hand down. Now, his right hand is going to be right here. All right, it's going to be right in front of his body. His elbow's going to be flexed. Hand's going to be right under his chin. All right. So when I say he's going to drop down really fast. All right, he's going to put his hand down, left hand down on top of the line, right hand underneath his chin. Ready, set. All right, relax. All right, so that's the stance there. We don't want to hold the stance any longer than about 3 seconds. All right. So we want to be in and out. All right, now let's talk about the first touch. Once he leaves, all right, his first movement, that timer is going to start. He's going to give me a nice lateral run coming out. So he's not going to turn his head and turn his body to run. He's going to lateral run coming out. And then we make our first touch. He's going to do what's called a wedge cut. It's a double foot cut, and he's going to touch right outside of his feet here. So he's going to touch the line with his left hands. He's going to do a wedge cut, it's a double foot cut. He's going to have a nice angle at the shins. He's going to touch right outside of the foot. So now I'm heading back in the direction I want to go. All right, that angle is really important. So we're getting a nice wedge cut here, left hand touch. We'll wedge cut it here with the right, and then we'll sprint through for the finish. 5, 10, 5. Here we go. You ready, Jacob? So he's going to go on me. Set. Go. Take it back. Finish right in the middle. Good, right there. Now, typically, you want to finish with your head down. All right, you want to maintain that forward lean. There you have it. Shuttle run.
They need you. For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
From the Cold Star Ice Studios, it's Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM, KUBE, Riverside.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Corum.
What a day.
Holy smokes.
What happened to our lazy Tuesday, Jeff? We're just going to hang out and talk sports, a little NFL.
Yeah, every day. This is our 7th show already.
It just flies by. We already just burned through the first hour here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Again, the big news. Kurt Bruik leaving Redlands East Valley to go to Citrus Valley. He is a local legend. Everyone knows the last name of Bruik in the Inland Empire. Carries so much weight. And Citrus Valley just landed a great one with the great Kurt Bruik. We also had Matt Logan on from Centennial, sizing up next season. Where will Tanner McKee go, the big-time star quarterback? Again, he's going on a Mormon mission for 2 years, and like you just pointed out, Jeff, he'll come back probably bigger, stronger,
faster,
more,
like the Bionic Man, for gosh sakes.
Kind of grow into your body a little bit, right? You know, come back with that man strength.
Do you know where he's going? I can tell you exactly where he's going to go. Do you want to know?
Wait, are we talking about college or where he's going on his mission?
College. I can tell you exactly right. I will tell you right now where he's going to go.
Call it.
Anywhere he wants.
Oh, that's a cop-out.
Anywhere he wants. If I was him, I would imagine maybe BYU's in the mix. That's quarterback U right there. Yeah. You got to figure they've had Ty Detmer, Vince McMahon. No, I'm sorry. Not
Jim
the rest.
McMahon.
Jim McMahon. Same guy. They're both crazy.
WWE Vince McMahon.
He was a great quarterback. He was a great quarterback at BYU. You know, Steve Young, another great quarterback.
Oh, that's right, Steve Young. Yeah.
I mean, that's quarterback U. Yeah.
But you're right. When you say he could go anywhere, you're right. Because again, on social media, I always see pictures of Tanner, and there's a different college team saying, "Hey, Tanner, let's take a picture. We'd love to have you come to Alabama. We'd love to have you come to, I don't know, Oregon State. We'd love to have you come to USC."
That's right, and there was a picture of he and Nick Saban together during the summer.
Oh, yeah.
With Saban, like, almost embracing him.
Hey.
And there was almost a tear down his eye.
Coach Saban's no fool, right? He's like, I'm going to Centennial High School. Get some Tanner McKee.
I really thought I saw a tear coming out of his eye when he was hugging him.
Wouldn't you?
Yes.
I mean, that's their livelihood, right? Yeah. You got to go out and get some players.
It's like being a professor, publish or perish.
That's right.
Don't perish.
You got to have guys to make plays for you. You could be a great coach like the great Matt Logan, but you still need dudes, especially at the college level. So Nick Saban's no fool.
When you were talking to Logan, and he's like, yeah, we got everybody coming back on defense. You know, we lose a lot on offense. And the entire time in the back of my head, I'm going, he's got 6 other guys. They're 6 deep with great players. It is a machinery. It's a factory of great players.
It's an empire.
An empire.
It's the evil, and thank you, Greg. It's the evil empire.
And the Sith Lord.
I say this year after year, and specifically about Centennial, you're like, wow, man, they had some great seniors. How are they going to replace them? Like, that's going to be tough. Like right now, Tanner McKee, wow, how are they going to get another quarterback?
Yeah.
They always reload. They always bounce back. They always do, and it all goes back to head coach Matt Logan, man. He's got them playing at such a high level.
And every year we get sucked in thinking somebody is going to make the gap smaller, and
hasn't happened yet.
It hasn't happened yet. No.
All right, right now we're going to the spoiled quick quality oil change celebrity hotline. It is the great Khalil Ahmad out of Centennial High School. Speaking of the Huskies, and he's the Big West Conference Player of the Week out of Cal State Fullerton. Khalil, welcome to the show. How are you today?
I'm great. How about you?
Oh, man, we're doing a lot better now. We got Khalil Ahmad on the show, big-time star. Talk about this past week. Man, you were just pouring in the points for Cal State Fullerton.
Yeah, I was feeling it a little bit.
When you're in the zone, what does it feel like? Do you just want the ball? Are you trying to get your other guys involved? I mean, what's it like when you know your shot's falling?
Yeah, I want the ball in my hands a lot more when I'm feeling like that, and then I'm just kind of looking to make the right basketball play. Like, obviously, if someone's wide open, then I'll get them the ball, but, like, I feel like if I'm going to shoot it, it's going in, so.
And team-wise, you guys have rattled off a couple wins here. You got a pretty good streak going, right?
Yep, 5.
So you had 34 points in a 91-83 win against Utah Valley, and then 24 in a 76-66 win on the road at Portland. Man, so that's, 58 points in 2 games. In terms of just back-to-back games, have you ever had better back-to-back games while being a Cal State Fullerton Titan?
I don't think so, no. That's probably the best little 2-game streak I've had so far.
Yeah, it's a great week. Averaged over 29 points a game, almost 4 rebounds and 2 steals. That's a pretty darn good week for anybody.
That's a Jeff Gorham week.
Yeah, that's like my old numbers right there.
We got Khalil Ahmad out of Centennial High School, and he's at Cal State Fullerton tearing it up, the Big West Conference Player of the Week. Khalil, how's this team going to do once you get to Big West Conference play? You think you guys will be in the hunt for a conference championship?
Oh, for sure. Our whole team is chomping at the bit for conference to get here. Like, we cannot wait to get, like, because I feel like we all feel like we're going to have a really good shot at getting to the tournament and winning it, so we can't wait.
Yeah, that's a pretty special prize at the end of the season, being able to go to the Big West Conference tournament. And Jeff and I have talked about this before. You just got to win 3 games in Anaheim and punch your ticket to the NCAA tournament. So when you started the season, Khalil, was that always the goal of this team? It's like, hey, guys, let's continue to get better. Let's improve. And as the season progresses, just continue to get better and better and better. And then at the end in March, again, win those 3 games at the Big West Conference tournament and go to the big dance.
Yeah, it definitely was. Like, especially how we ended off last year, falling short to that buzzer beater against Davis. Like, we only lost, I think 3 or 4 players, and we have all the right pieces for it, and we're just trying to get better day by day in order to really get there and then not fall short this time and achieve our biggest goal of the season.
Yeah, and speaking of schedules, you guys are up at Cal this weekend. That's a big game. A couple Big West teams have already played the Bears.
Yeah.
Yeah, UC Riverside had an upset the first game of the season.
Season opener, yeah.
And then Northridge went down to a defeat, but you guys are looking to make a run. You got a tough schedules coming up. You got Cal, Loyola Marymount, Utah Valley, who was really good, and then you open the Big West versus UC Riverside. I bet you're excited about that one.
Yep, I can't wait. I love playing around home.
Hey, being so close to home, Khalil, because Fullerton and Corona actually aren't that really too far apart. I mean, is it pretty nice to be close to home? And do you come home on off days, or maybe in the off season you get to come back to Corona quite a bit? And you still hang around Centennial? Do you go work out there with Coach Giles?
Yeah, I do. I like going over there to work out with Giles every once in a while because he's an amazing shooter. So if I ever feel like my shot's not right, I can go over there and get a couple pointers from him.
Khalil Ahmad was part of that first wave of the Centennial basketball stars. I still remember it was about 2011, 2012, and they had this freshman class, and there was all these great players, and they said, you watch, Centennial's going to turn into a basketball power, because everyone knew that Centennial was a football powerhouse, but they quickly turned into a basketball powerhouse as well, thanks to guys like Khalil Ahmad. Khalil, what was it like being able to put Centennial High School basketball on the map? Because I mean, yourself, Cedric Bearfield's another guy that comes quick to mind. Jordan Griffin. I mean, you guys came through the program and really established Husky basketball. What was it like playing with those guys and putting Centennial on the map?
It was really great playing with them. Like, they're all brothers to this day. Like, we still talk and hang out when everyone's back home from college and whatnot. But I feel like as a whole unit, like that whole team, like we had to just like keep up the tradition because we had guys like Shannon Sharp and Mike Caffey, Jalon Wheelwright, Dominic Dunning that played before us, and they really like set the standard for us. And then we didn't want to let that down. And so yeah, that's pretty much it.
So Jordan Griffin, is he still at Long Beach State?
Yeah, he is.
Do you talk a lot of smack to him during the game, or is it more fun?
Oh yeah, of course.
Do you guys? So you stay in touch during the season as well, even if you have a big conference game coming up. You'll be like, "Hey, Jordan, we got Long Beach State this week. We're coming at you."
I'm putting 30 on you, Jordan.
Yeah, lots of friendly like competition on banner and stuff like that.
Yeah, and they're having a pretty good year as well. So I mean, right now, if you look at the Big West top to bottom, it's Long Beach State and the Titans are looking really, really strong coming into this year.
Yeah, and we really love playing against Long Beach State too because they have such a great student fan base and stuff like that. And then like when you go there, like their whole student section, they're just talking crap, like saying, "Oh, you ain't nothing, you ain't this," like the whole game. So it's a really great environment to play in.
The Pyramid.
The Pyramid, yeah. And I think Caffey played there, right?
Yep.
Right, that's right. Caffey played there a couple of years back for Long Beach State. We got Khalil Ahmad here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. He is the Big West Conference Player of the Week, had 58 points in back-to-back wins for the Titans this previous week. Hey, Khalil, how did you find out the news that you were the Big West Conference Player of the Week? How does that work? Does the coach call you into the office? They throw you a big party? How does that work?
Actually, my mom, she's really like she loves to like really like pay attention to all like the Twitter and all the Big West Athlete of the Week and all that kind of stuff. So we have a group chat with me, her, my mom, my dad, and my sister, and then she sent a picture of the tweet with a whole bunch of hearts and exclamation points, stuff like that, saying, "Yay, he got it, he got it."
Did you have any idea? Obviously, having two great games, did you feel like, hey, you know what, I might be in the running this week?
Yeah, I had a little suspicion, but I wasn't really sure.
And leave it to mom, breaking the news, group chat,
Exactly.
the group text, everybody to celebrate that big conference of the Player of the Week honors. And hey, Khalil, you know what? The way you're playing, that might be your first of several Big West Conference Player of the Week awards. So we appreciate you join us on the show. Best of luck playing on the road at the Cal Golden Bears this Saturday. And then Jeff and I, we do UC Riverside basketball. So we're going to see you in a couple weeks when the Highlanders take on Fullerton. Be nice to us, all right?
All right, I will.
Don't drop 34 on
Yeah, and Coach Smith said he's going to bring us a couple T-shirts we'll wear underneath our suits that night.
Some Fullerton shirts, right?
There you go.
Hey, Khalil, we appreciate the time. Congratulations, brother, on the big award, and keep it up. We'll see you down the road.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
All right, we appreciate it. That's Khalil Ahmad from Cal State Fullerton and Centennial High School here on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Yeah, so 34 points in one game. You follow that up with 24 in a win against Portland. That's a pretty good week.
That's a fine week, if I'm telling you. Woo!
Let's see if you can make it 3 in a row with another huge game against the Cal Bears on the road this week. And going back to those Centennial High School basketball teams, yeah, they had some good squads, but I still remember that freshman class. They were talking about, I think it was like 2011, 2012, when Bearfield and Khalil Ahmad and Jordan Griffin, Deontay North, some of those guys were coming up through the program, and they said, watch, these guys are going to put Centennial on the map for basketball. And again, we all knew about Centennial football. Everyone across the state, across the nation, we know about Husky football, Matt Logan. But they turned Centennial also into a basketball power. I didn't have the heart, though, to ask them if Centennial was going to beat Roosevelt this year. Didn't have the heart to do it.
Ooh, 0-5 last year.
Yeah.
Tough one.
But Centennial and Roosevelt both ranked right now in the CIF Southern Section preseason rankings in Division I. So when Centennial and Roosevelt square off once again, big-time star power in that one. Two teams that are used to competing and winning state championships. All right, when we come back, Jeff, let's open up the phone line one more time, right? Should we do it?
Give us a call. Let's talk some high school, college, pro, Star Wars.
Star Wars, football, high school football, Kurt Bruik on the move. Anything you got? We're going to weave some phone calls in and out of our interviews in the next 2 hours. Once again, the phone line is 951-369-1350. Again, 951-369-1350. If you got a hot high school football take, Kurt Bruik on the move, Matt Logan, Centennial, Khalil Ahmad, anything that we've touched on, give us a call. We're going to a commercial break and calls from you and more high school football chatter because we got Cajon quarterback Jaden Daniels a little bit later in the show, Jeff.
The greatest quarterback in California.
He's having one of the greatest seasons all time for a high school quarterback. His numbers are ridiculous, like video game numbers for real. We'll be right back on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
The Inland Empire's home for all things IE just got even better. Introducing the award-winning Inland Sports Show with Pep Fernandez and Jeff Corup.
Weekdays 3 to 6 p.m.
Your local sports leader in the Inland Empire. Fox Sports IE 1350.
Driving is unpredictable. Just take it from Carrie.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
We're a small family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajon, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
cool.
When it comes to creating healthier communities, what this place needs is you. To donate or volunteer, go to UnitedWay.org, because great things happen when we live united. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
My name is Dale Beatty. I'm a wounded veteran. Join me August 1st for the world's largest golf outing, presented by Billy Casper Golf. Help Fisher House Foundation build no-cost comfort homes for military families. Get details at fisherhouse.org/golf.
This is a guided
All right, so this one will
meditation
take us
on
to
parenting.
4:25. Jeff.
Take a
We'll
deep
have like,
breath
like
in
10 minutes.
and let go of the time you and your son played basketball and you attempted to slam dunk. Or when you hit that piñata into your neighbor's yard. Let it go.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you. For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Now back to the Inland Sports Show. Here's Pep and Jeff.
And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show. This is Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. We're here every single weekday from 3 to 6 p.m. for the folks of the IE. Bringing you all the biggest headlines. Again, Coach Bruik going from Redlands East Valley to Citrus Valley. Big shocker there. And we just had Matt Logan here on the show. And I did, Jeff. I called him when we got off the air because I ran into another high school football coach at what I consider another state powerhouse.
And he said, I want to play those guys.
He said that. He's like, hey, we want Centennial. My first thought was, well, be careful what you wish for, right? Because we're talking about Centennial. But in all honesty, I'd love to see that matchup. So when we got into the commercial break, I called up Matt Logan. I gave him all the details. He's like, hey, I would like that. So I don't know. We'll see if that happens.
Did he sound interested is the question.
Yeah, no, Matt Logan definitely sounded interested in this matchup.
Well, I do know, though, that North Vista definitely wants to play Centennial. That's just, that's Ken Batdorf out there.
Be careful what you wish for. Yeah, hey, Valley View scheduled Centennial.
That's a good one.
Credit to Valley View, though.
You're joking on the Novi thing, but, man, the Valley View is an interesting matchup there because they're just getting better and better every year.
Well, there are a lot of programs out there that I know for fact that Centennial would like to play, and they put offers out there, and more times than not,
they put their tail between their legs and say,
so, Greg, if that was
not playing.
If that was Tinder, would they be swiping? If it's a no, do they swipe left or right? They swipe left. So everyone's swiping left on Centennial. So there's a couple teams out there that will swipe right. They want to play.
So Centennial is on Tinder is what you're saying.
If Centennial football was on Tinder, a lot of swipe lefts.
Yeah, but they are a good-looking program, though.
They are very good-looking, very attractive.
Just way out of my league.
They're out of a lot of people's leagues.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, man. But, yeah, so that would be kind of cool to see that come together. But Valley View, Valley View is playing Centennial next season. That is on the schedule. In fact, we had the Valley View Eagles football team in studio on the Inland Sports Show during football. I think it was me. Was it right before football season started?
Right before the season
Talked about
started.
eating all those chicken nuggets, and it was a great show. But, yeah, they broke the news that, hey, we got Centennial next year, and they were fired up about it.
Yeah, and they made no bones. They said they wanted to play them. But I want to see, my big matchup is, I want to see Heritage and Centennial. That's the one, that's my dream matchup.
Is that your dream matchup?
Yeah, because I want to see Coach Bruich. If it ain't Bruich, I want to see Coach Bruich go against Logan, and that would be awesome because he's really like the guy from Tatooine. Because if you've been out there at Heritage, it kind of looks like Tatooine
out in the middle of nowhere. Isolated.
Yeah, and playing the Evil Empire would be kind of a cool game. I'd love to see that. Let's make it happen.
Or maybe rekindle that Vista-Marietta rivalry.
Oh, that would be a good one as well.
I can't say any more than that. But that Vista-Marietta Centennial rivalry, if we could get that done again, that would be pretty fun.
Hey, but they need a coach at Vista-Marietta.
They do. That's one of those positions that a lot of people are excited about. Vista-Marietta, Redlands. Let's go right now to the Inland Sports Show hotline. And as we're talking a lot of local sports here, who's this on the Inland Sports Show?
This is Perseus from Joppa. I'm looking for Mr. Jeff Calibascorum and Pep Bubo Fernandez.
I guess that would be us.
Hey guys, this is Gazal calling you. I didn't get a chance. I was on the road last week when you guys started the show, so I wanted to wish you well on your voyage. I was able to watch the maiden voyage from my hotel room, and it's great being able to listen to you guys.
Now, where were you last week that you could not listen to the show on your radio driving in your car?
I did listen, but I had to do it on the phone. I was in lovely. I was in Missoula, Montana, and Pocatello, Idaho.
Hey! Speaking of Montana, our boy Pep is going to be hanging out in Montana
right
this
behind
weekend.
you. Keep that seat warm.
I set everything up for him. He's a wannabe cowboy to begin with. The only thing I'll tell you is don't go to Jakers. There's a little steakhouse they'll take you to. Do not go there. Aside from that, it is a great. Honestly, all kidding aside, you'll have fun in Missoula. It's a fun little town.
Strangely enough, I am looking forward to it. So, Ghazal Hassan here, the voice of Riverside TV football, UC Riverside baseball, and Cal State Northridge men's basketball on the road with the Matadors.
Yeah, we just had Khalil Ahmad on, the Big West Player of the Week from Cal State Fullerton. So, between the three of us, we got three different schools right here with UC Riverside, Northridge, and Fullerton.
Khalil Ahmad, Corona Centennial guy, he can play a little bit, huh?
Yeah, he's got some game.
Yeah, had a week where he averaged 29 points a game. So, yeah, he's putting up some big numbers for the Titans.
Hey, Coach, don't teams know just to force him right, or did he work on that right hand over the summer? Is that what happened?
I think John Smith really worked hard with the guy in offseason. You know, the John Smith's son plays for the Titans, and I know they work out quite a bit together. They worked out with Tracy Murray, I know, as well.
Yeah, no, Tracy and Cameron, they know how to do. No, I mean, obviously, like, you guys all, I know, Pep, you saw him play in high school, and then Jeff and I got the chance to watch him play at Fullerton, and you could tell that he was just scratching the surface. He had an injury. I think the freshman year he had an injury issue or an illness issue, so he wasn't able to play the full schedule. But, yeah, I definitely think he's on the road to potentially being an all-Big West performer, and Fullerton is playing really well here on the non-conference schedule for sure.
We got Ghazal Hassan here on the Inland Sports Show, the voice of Northridge basketball, recently on a trip to Idaho and Montana. But, Ghazal, you had the privilege of going to some other exotic locations. You went all the way down to Mexico for a college basketball tournament.
Yeah, you know, I was talking to Gorham about this. I'm sorry, Pat. Like, Gorham and I talk about basketball, and it's like, you know, when UCLA went to China, and listen, don't get me wrong, they put us up at the Hard Rock. It was the people in Cancun do a fantastic job coordinating the tournament. Do we really need to be playing college basketball overseas in November? But, no, it was a great event. I got to work with Fresno State as well. The great Paul Leffler had me kind of sit in for him because he was stuck doing football. So it was a working vacation, but it was a beautiful resort out there in Cancun, the Hard Rock, on the Yucatan Peninsula. So it was the first time I'd ever been to Mexico, so it was a beautiful experience.
Were you wearing a Speedo by any chance, hanging out on the beach?
I must, no Speedo, Jeff, but they give you, it's one of those resorts where they give you a bathrobe. And if I wasn't in public consumption, I probably wore that bathrobe 60% of the time I was there.
Jeff went straight to the Speedo. Yeah, just goes 0 to 60.
I've been to Cancun, and Cancun has seen me in a Speedo. I'll tell you that.
I'll tell you what, I woulda if the team's record was a little better, I was considering wearing the robe to press row. But you know what? I'm like, you know what? Don't want to jinx anything. Need to get a couple of W's out there. Team's not going. I don't want to chance it. But yeah, it was very comfy. It was very comfy in Cancun. And it's a great tournament. It's a week-long tournament. They do, I think, 8 men's teams and 10 women's teams. And it's a big-time women's tournament because they had Tennessee out there. University of Tennessee, the Lady Vols were out there.
Oh, that's
they had
big time.
all their fans descended onto the Yucatan Peninsula. It was a pretty big deal.
Hey, Ghazal, I don't have the schedule in front of me, but I'm assuming UC Riverside and Northridge, we're going to see each other, in January, February, the latest?
I think, yeah, it's a court. I think I'll see you guys more often than that, but we see each other early in January. Then I think we see each other we see each other twice in January within about 3 weeks. So it'll be fun.
Look at that.
Yeah, we get to go to the Matadome. Pep's never been to the Matadome.
Get you guys out to the San Fernando Valley. We'll take some Karate Kid shots, you know.
Oh, that's right. That's where they filmed the Karate Kid.
Oh, really? I love
that, man. Pep can play Daniel. Jeff can play Johnny, and then we'll do it all up.
The good guy always wins, Jeff.
Hey, I'm going to sweep the leg. Sweep the leg.
The cool thing, Jeff, if you bring your boys out, you could dress them up as Cobra Kai. It'd be really cool.
Oh my gosh,
that would be sweet. Hey, last year I brought Connor out last year, and he won the musical chairs, if you recall.
He did. Connor, he like Duke Lewis. He announced his presence with authority. You know, they want him back. They're asking about him.
He was shooting pregame. He was out at pregame with the guys, and then won the contest at halftime. Walked away with 2 shirts that day.
Yeah, he worked out with Big Blair. Worked out with Big Blair Orr, and Blair Orr, a CIF champion, trying to work on a Big West championship. He asked about Connor. Always wants to know if he's doing well. And I said, hey, His dad said doesn't play any defense, but aside from that, the kid's doing great.
Yeah, he can shoot. Definitely can't guard a soul. But Big Blair gave him that big arm sleeve last year, and he's Blair's 6'9", 6'10". Connor's like 5 something, but it looks like a loose like a cast on him almost.
He'll grow into it. He'll use it as a tunic till he gets to high school. Then he'll probably get a growth spurt, like all you Gorham guys do.
Yes, exactly.
Hey, Cajon, while we got you on the line, let me ask you about the University of Montana. UC Riverside will be playing there on Sunday at noon. And what do you think the Highlanders have to do well to get a victory on the road up there in Missoula come Sunday?
Really, the key to Montana is you need to stop their transition. They get out and they run. They're not very big, but they have really 50% of their scoring comes from the backcourt. It's Aguine and Ahmad Rory, who's an Oregon transfer, and they have a young kid they rotate in. So it's going to be a big test for Chance Murray and young Dikembe Martin. They really need to be at their best against Montana. Now, listen, they have a couple of bigs that can get things done. They're not going to hurt you a whole lot. I think that UCR will have the advantage down underneath. But what they like to do is they'll grind you for a little bit, and then they'll release the hounds, as they say. To give you an example, at CSUN, it was a 4-point game with about 9 minutes to go, and then all of a sudden Montana, CSUN started missing shots, and Montana started getting out in transition, and it was basically over after that.
Well, Cajon, we appreciate the time. We got to do this again real soon. We appreciate it. We're up against it here, but please check back in as we actually get closer to UC Riverside baseball. The Highlander baseball is right around the corner.
I told Graham I want to come in and just kind of check out you guys live in person. We'll figure that out sometime. But congratulations. You guys are doing great. Keep it up, and I look forward to hearing you.
Cajon, we appreciate it. Trust me, it's not as glamorous as we sound.
Oh, no, it's glamorous. Don't listen to him. It's glamorous.
See you guys. Thank you.
Cajon, we appreciate it, brother. Talk to you soon.
Better.
Ghazal Hassan, the voice of Riverside TV football, UC Riverside baseball, and Cal State Northridge basketball. So Jeff and I being the voices of UC Riverside basketball, is it like we go up against Ghazal, like when Northridge plays UCR? Is it like a battle between us and him?
Well, here's the deal, Pep. You haven't done Big West basketball.
No.
But when we go to these Big West facilities, it's a fist fight before the game.
Like Anchorman, the different news teams walk out. It's a big battle.
Last year I was undefeated because I outweighed everybody. Just realize that you have me on your side. I'm 6'8", 285, and you're like 5'4", 140.
Whoa.
We can really take care of guys. Last year, Ramey, I carried him, and he was undefeated.
We'll do the old Three Stooges trick. I'll go get on my hands and knees behind someone, and you just push him over me.
We're going to knock him dead. Yeah, I'm telling you, Ghazal's in big trouble. He and his partner Alan are.
Does he have a broadcast partner?
Oh, Alan.
Could I take him?
Alan Zinsmeister. Yeah, no, you can't take him.
If you're watching us right now on the channel, I'll flex for everyone at home. Look at that.
There it is. That's a good muscle.
You think this happened accidentally? Come on, man.
Hey, that's from milking cows. Your right arm's a lot bigger than your left because that was your milking arm.
It was. It was. No, actually, you know what? My right hand was also my scooper because I worked at Baskin Robbins.
Hey, I worked at Baskin Robbins.
You worked at Baskin Robbins.
We both did. Yeah. Gold medal ribbon, the greatest ever.
Oh, man. And Banana Royale.
Oh, that was good stuff.
I hated making those.
Yeah, but, man.
Oh, I'd see a bunch of kids come in. They all wanted like a milkshake or Bananas Royale. I'd be like, oh, can't you just get a scoop of ice cream?
Exactly. But yeah, and man, if you got a hard scoop, it came out of it had been in the freezer too long, man, it was brutal.
So I'm talking about, I'm flexing right now. Like,
this is a gun. It's a gun show.
This is my scooper right here, man.
That's like a wrist rocket. That's not even a gun.
Jeez. When we come back, more high school football talk, and we'll have Cajon quarterback Jaden Daniels a little bit later in the show. You're listening to the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
The Inland Empire's home for all things IE just got even better. Introducing the award-winning Inland Sports Show with Pep Fernandez and Jeff Corup.
Weekdays 3 to 6 p.m.
Your local sports leader in the Inland Empire. Fox Sports IE 1350.
Steve Harmon here talking about my friends at Claim Jumper Restaurant and Saloon.
We're small, family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajon, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
How you guys doing today? Coach Ray here from Boost Training. We're here today at the Boost Performance Center with the one and only Pep Fernandez. Today's Boost Training tip is all about strength. And of course, it's very specific to speed. We're talking about the single leg supported low squat. Come check it out. So when it comes to athletic performance, and more specifically speed, it's all about the ability to generate force. It's all about being nice and strong. Now, running is a single leg motion. So it makes sense that you have to have a great foundation of strength. You gotta have single leg strength. So this exercise really works on that single leg strength here with the deep bend in the hips, the knees, and the ankles. So what Mike is gonna do is gonna have an open hand grip, all right? He's gonna get nice and tight to the rack. He's gonna be doing this, he's gonna have his right foot on the ground. He's gonna flex his left knee, all right? He's gonna lower himself nice and easy. He's gonna tap that left knee on the ground and then come up. Now go ahead and do a couple reps here, Micah. All right, so what we want here is we really want to emphasize pushing that left foot in the ground, that right foot in the ground and not pulling himself up, which is why we have the open hand grip. And as I mentioned before, really getting that deep bend in the ankles, the knees, and the hips, just as if we were sprinting. So if you're not doing this exercise, you really want to add it to your repertoire because it's a great drill for building speed and generating force. We do it right here at Boost.
I'm a volunteer at United Way. I'm asking people around the neighborhood what they think this place needs.
Wi-Fi everywhere.
More playgrounds.
Oh, more ice cream trucks.
I was thinking more money in the pockets of local families come tax time.
Can I change my answer?
I was just kidding about the ice cream.
When it comes to getting better tax refunds into the hands of local families, what this place needs is you. To donate or volunteer, go to unitedway.org. Because great things happen when we live united. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Now back to the Inland Sports Show. Here's Pep and Jeff.
And it's a big inland sports show here on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. We're here every single day from 3 to 6 p.m. and nothing but Inland Empire sports. I'm Pep Fernandez. That's Jeff Gorham. And, Jeff, it's been a monster show. Our Lazy Tuesday is way out the window. We've had so many big-name guests, and we've got another one on the line right now. So let's go to the Boost Performance Training Celebrity Hotline. We love this kid. He's a big-time star. It's Cajon High School quarterback, Jaden Daniels. Jayden, how's practice going today as you guys get ready for the state championship football game on Friday?
I mean, practice was good, as usual. You know, you go out there, stay focused, and do our game plan.
So you got the state championship game. It's Friday, 4 o'clock at Sacramento State against Sarah of San Mateo. Have you started game planning specifically for Sarah? Like, is there certain things that you guys want to get done? You don't have to you don't have to tell me all your secrets and all your what you plan to do on Friday, but I'm sure you guys are game planning specifically for this Sarah football team.
No, we can't get something we've been using all season. All we just need to do is get in the end zone.
Well, you guys put up 70 on Rancho Verde, 50 in the first half alone in that 70-32 win in the Division II AA Regional this past Friday night. I mean, is this Cajon football team playing its best football of the season right now?
You guys could say that. I mean, we've been waiting to play our best football for this game. You know, we've been playing good football, but this has got to be our best game of the whole season.
Well, you got the state championship game coming up on Friday, but it's also finals week. Is it tough balancing the two between taking your finals but also gearing up to play for a state championship?
I say it's kind of hard. You know, we've got different types of students on the team. You know, we just got to focus out past the finals and get ready, go to practice and get ready for the state championship game.
Now, did you have any finals scheduled for Friday? Did you have to move your schedule around a little bit in terms of having to make the travel plans to get to Sacramento and balance it with those finals?
Actually, we get our last day of school is Thursday, so it's a good thing that we don't have finals on Friday. So,
hey, Jayden, so we heard that you guys were possibly going to take a bus all the way up there. What's the travel plans right now for the Cajon football team?
Travel plans right now, we're flying out there, and then we'll ride the bus back.
That's not too bad. If you guys have a state championship, it'll make that drive back home a little bit shorter and nicer if you have that state title trophy with you guys on the bus. I asked your athletic director, Rich Imbriani, the other day, I said, you know, Jaden Daniels, he's having an incredible year as a junior, and his stats are unbelievable. I'm like, which records does Jaden Daniels own now at Cajon High School? And Rich Imbriani, the AD, said all of them. So he said whatever stat you're talking about, Jaden Daniels has basically taken it over and wrote his name all over it. So when you look at your stats this year, Jayden, we're talking about 61 touchdown passes, nearly 5,000 yards through the air, over 1,000 yards rushing. I mean, do you look at your stats, and what do you think when you see those numbers?
Just got to give thanks to my linemen and then my receivers and running backs. They're making it happen for me, keeping me up, and the coaching staff too for calling the right plays.
Well, Jayden, I had a quick question for you. You're a junior. How many varsity games have you started in your career, if you know offhand?
I would say over 40.
Over 40 games as a junior. And I will say this: if I was playing fantasy football for high school, you'd be my #1 pick.
He'd get you a lot of points, Jeff.
He would give me a lot of points, and I would win championships if I had Mr. Daniels as my #1 pick on my fantasy team.
Yeah.
Well, Jayden, going back to that win against Rancho Verde High School, the offense was playing well, the defense was playing well, special teams was playing well. When you look back at that game that gave you guys the 2AA Southern California Regional Bowl game title, what did you guys do well specifically in that game that you're hoping to see carry over to this state championship on Friday in Sacramento?
Well, we did well. I say, we didn't do that great a job of offense. We did okay. I say we just got to get back and just keep playing the same way we've been playing from the point and get it stopped.
Well, the defense came to play for sure, and the offense, led by Jaden Daniels, made all the big plays like they've been doing all season long. We kind of joked the other day, Jayden, that compared to that CIF Southern Section Championship game against Downey, in which you had 8 touchdowns, we're like, oh, Jaden Daniels kind of had a down game against Rancho Verde. He only had like 4 touchdowns. Obviously, we were joking because your stats against Downey were incredible. When you look back at that Southern Section Championship game for yourself individually, could you think of a better game that you've ever had, having 8 touchdowns in one game?
I cannot. I'm just happy we just got the win. I helped contribute to get the W. I mean, the stats don't come as long as we play, but the only stat that matters is the win.
And that was the first CIF Southern Section title for Cajon High School in 30 years. How much pride do you take in bringing a championship back to the Cowboys?
Oh, it's a lot of pride, you know. Been in San Bernardino my whole life, so we've been winning championships all year, so it was about time that we won in high school.
Hey, is your head coach, Nick Rogers, is he ever going to cut that beard, or is he just letting it grow out as long as you guys keep winning?
I think as long as we winning, I think after this season he might cut that, but you have to talk to him about that one.
He is total Game of Thrones coach right there. He looks like the lead of Game of Thrones.
With that big beard ready for battle.
Fighting dragons.
So it's Cajon versus Sarah of San Mateo, Friday, 4 p.m. from Sacramento State University. We'll see if Jaden Daniels and the Cowboys can cap off this historic season with a Division IIA state championship. Jaden, we appreciate the time, brother. Best of luck on Friday, and we hope you make that long bus ride home with that championship trophy in tote.
Thank you.
All right, Jaden, appreciate it, brother. Tell Nick Rogers that if he wants to trim his beard, he can do it live on the show. We'll have him shave his beard off right here in studio.
I'll let him know.
All right. Thanks, Jaden.
Thank you.
All right, that's Cajon High School quarterback Jaden Daniels here on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. And again, his stats are mind-boggling for a high school quarterback, and as a junior too. So he had a great freshman year, and you could even ask him. His sophomore year wasn't up to par, wasn't what he wanted. He bounced back his junior year, and again, off the charts, rewrote the record book at Cajon High School in terms of a quarterback. 61 touchdowns through the air, nearly 5,000 yards, and a huge reason why they're playing for a state championship.
Yeah, they're going up playing against Mo Brady's old school.
Mo Brady's brother's old school.
Oh, that's right.
I think she went there. She probably went there too.
Tom Brady. That's right. He's pretty good. But, honestly, if I'm Mr. Daniels, I go up there and I go, hey, I'm going to take care of this. Tom Brady played here. Tom who?
That's right. Cajon's got a great quarterback in Jaden Daniels. Forget Tom Brady.
And Jaden Daniels might be playing someday in the big NFL. Who knows?
Do you think we kind of jinxed Tom Brady? We talked about him on Monday Night Football yesterday on the show. And
I called it. I said the Finns would win.
Did you call it?
Yes, I did.
You did, right?
Yeah, I did. Of course I did.
Greg's like, yeah, you did. Of course you did. Nobody knows the NFL like Jeff Gore.
I'm a soothsayer. Come on, man. I got a crystal ball right here next to Cullen.
I think you texted me last night after the game, and you said something like, "Fear." Did you say "Fear the Finns"?
I said, "Fear the Finns" or something. I did believe I did say something.
And I texted you back, Mo Brady's brother. True, that's his sister, Maureen Brady, softball star, Fresno State.
I am Mo Brady.
Mo Brady. So that was a shocker. Miami beating New England on Monday Night Football. So the NFL world kind of flipped upside down. And a lot of teams kind of wide open in terms of who's going to win the conference championship and also who's going to go to the Super Bowl. There's a lot of different teams that you can make a case for.
Rams, Chargers, Super Bowl. See, I was a Rams fan growing up until Georgia took them. So then I hated the Rams, hated them. And then they won a Super Bowl with Kurt Warner, who I liked. He used to throw like footballs around the
the greatest show on turf, right?
I mean, it was great. Arena Football League guy. And then I became a Charger fan because they were the only local team. And then everybody got angry. Oh, the Chargers will have to go to L.A. I'm like, this is great. What are you talking about?
Closer to home.
Yeah, and then the Rams came out. I'm like, wow, my two favorite teams. So now I'm both a Rams and Chargers fan. Different conferences. They're going to play for a Super Bowl.
So if they met in the Super Bowl, that would be the ideal scenario for Jeff Gorham.
That would be
That'd be a Raiders' worst nightmare.
Raiders' worst nightmare.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now. Yeah, that would be so cool.
I'd be salty.
I might have to fly to Minnesota for that one. I have friends of mine that are flying up to Seattle this weekend.
Oh, they really?
Yeah.
The Rams Seahawks. That's another huge game.
Yeah, if they win that one, they're going to get a home game for sure. Be really nice. If they should have won last game, that's the tough thing. If Todd Gurley gets more than he only had 16 carries last game. Give him more than 20. They're 7-0 when he's carried the ball more than 20 times.
The Rams currently with a 1-game lead on Seattle, and the Seahawks are kind of sneaky good. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people in the NFC are looking at, of course, Minnesota, right? The Rams. There's other teams out there. The Eagles, obviously, even though Carson Wentz is out now with a torn ACL, but there's other teams that are getting a lot of attention, and there's Seattle. They've done it before. I'm sure they can do it again. A lot of the pieces are still in place on the defensive side of the football, although offensively it seems like Russell Wilson's really carrying that group. But still, Seattle's dangerous, especially up in Seattle. I mean, they get seismic activity when the 12th man gets going up there.
Yeah, I think that's so goofy, the 12th man. That is a cool place to play, but I'm telling you, Goff and Gurley are going to win it. Nobody's hurt this week. It's perfect. Perfect setup. And they're pretty good against Seattle. They've won several times. Only the last time was the first time they beat them in 5 tries.
That's right. They've had Seattle's number for whatever reason. Even the Rams were not playing well. They had Seattle's number. But playing in Seattle, extremely tough. In fact, when I traveled with the Ontario Fury up to Seattle for an arena soccer game, I used to do the play-by-play right here on this station.
Indoor kickball.
A couple of years ago. Yeah, indoor kickball. I remember going through the airport, and there was 2 things that jumped out at me. They love their
Supersonics? Oh, wait, they don't exist anymore.
Like lobsters, like crabs, lobsters,
yes.
seafood, and the 12th man. Everywhere you look, the number 12 in blue and that like electric green. Everywhere you look. They love them, man. They love the 12th man.
I used to like Seattle when I was a kid because they had Jim Zorn. You probably don't remember.
Jim Zorn. No, quarterback.
Steve Largent,
the receiver.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I'm telling you, man, that was when I liked Seattle football. Now, they're a bunch of criminals. I just don't like it. If you look on TMZ, one of those Seahawks is always getting arrested.
Yeah, they've got a real black eye right now. It's a bad image for Seattle because they're always in the news and not for the good reasons.
Yeah, and Sherman busted his Achilles.
Richard Sherman did?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. You follow the NFL close enough. I've been following Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, see, I'm not a big Seattle fan, so I hope the Rams dominate them.
I do too. I'm a 49er guy, so we're obviously out of it. That goes without saying, I guess. But it would be.
But Garoppolo.
Yeah, Jimmy Garoppolo.
He has never lost in the NFL. Do you know
2-0 as a starter, right?
He's 5-0 as a starter. 2-0 at San Francisco.
Oh, I see what you're saying. 3-0 with the New England Patriots.
He's never lost. He's undefeated.
I'm hoping this is the beginning of something special.
Yeah, it's not. It's really not. Do they still play Candlestick Park?
No. But that's where I used to go when I was a kid. Candlestick, man, the stick.
I used to go to the stick, and you'd go to the baseball games there.
Yeah.
You go to the stick, and they would give you a button if you stayed past the 7th inning saying, I survived the stick. Do you remember that?
It gets cold and windy at night.
Crazy.
Yes.
It was horrible. But yeah, they used to give you a button if you stayed past the 7th inning. I survived the stick.
I remember going to Candlestick Park to watch the Giants, and one of the games was against the Mets, because that's my team.
Oh, yeah, they're going to be rotten for a while, too.
Thanks. All my teams stink. I get it. And the Sacramento Kings, right?
Queens.
Kings, Mets, and 49ers. Those are my teams.
Yeah, you got a long time, buddy.
all the way around. But I remember making a sign, and it said Darryl Strawberry, Jelly the Giants. Or no, was it Jam the Giant? No, I think it was Jelly the Giants.
I have a great Darryl Strawberry story. Well, that's another time. I have a great one. That's a great one.
But yeah, I used to go to the stick, man. I love Candlestick Park. But no, they don't play there anymore. They got the brand new stadium in Santa Clara. What they call Levi Stadium?
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Yeah, and it's like next to Stanford, isn't it?
It's next to, it's close to, what do they call it? Great America. See, when you live in Northern California, I know you guys in Southern California, you grow up with Disneyland.
Oh, yeah.
And Knott's Berry Farm.
Oh, yeah,
and Magic Mountain, all these amusement parks. Well, if you live in Northern California, you used to go to Marine World Africa USA and Great America.
Yeah, tree huggers.
No, man, it was so much fun as a kid. If there's anyone out there that knows Marine World Africa USA or Great America, they're a real thing, Jeff. And they were wonderful.
Well, I would like people to call in and put in your 2 cents here. Call the Inland Sports Show.
Okay, the big news today was Kurt Bruik making the jump from Redlands East Valley to Citrus Valley. We'll talk more about that. Plus, the other big high school football openings right now as we head into Christmas. There's still some big ones out there, Jeff, and very highly coveted. So we'll talk more about that as well. And a Kawhi Leonard update. Kawhi Leonard, formerly of King High School, the pride of the Wolves, going to make his season debut for the San Antonio Spurs tonight. We'll bring you a live update a little bit later in the show as he's set to tip off with the Spurs in Dallas, 5:30 local time.
Let's give out the phone number there, Pep.
All right, it's 951-369-1350. 951-369-1350. We'd love to hear your high school football takes, maybe about some of these openings for the high school head coaching jobs out there. Redlands, East Valley, Redlands, Vista, Murrieta. Or have you heard of Marine World Africa USA? Great America.
I have not.
Oh, you haven't lived, Jeff.
I have, and I don't need to go up north to the Bay Area and watch them tree huggers.
Oh, my goodness.
Google's up there.
Google's up there. You're right.
Google. And wine country. I like wine country. I like a lot of wine. I'm not going to lie. But, yeah, that's the only place I'd go.
All right. We'll be right back here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM.
The Inland Empire's home for all things IE.
We're small, family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajon, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
How you guys doing? Ray Bass here again at Corona High with the Corona High football program with the one and only Pep Fernandez. Today's boost training tip, it's all about top end speed, getting our knees up. We're talking about the A-run. Come see what it's all about. Okay, so we're working on right now, you can call it top end speed, absolute speed, max speed. Really all that means is that we're opening up our stride, getting our knees up. And one of the things we like to emphasize here is that cyclical action with the legs. So with the A-run, all we're doing is pulling our heel to our butt, stepping over and around the opposite knee, and it's all about turnover. We want to get as many reps as we can. So Jake's going to go ahead, he's going to jog to the hash, and then he's going to hit a nice and quick A-run all the way to the opposite hash. Here we go, ready? And go. Jog, 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 hit. To the butt, toes up, over and around, over and around, over and around, over and around. Nice, very nice, very nice. So you want to get as many reps as you can here. You always want to have your ankle locked, toes pointing to the top of your shoe. A great drill to emphasize is getting your knees up, getting that cyclical action, the A-run. If you're not doing it, you better be doing it, and we do it right here at Boost.
.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
You wanted to be a teacher when you were little, but you grew up and things changed. Well, it's time to put it back on your list. Innovative things are happening in teaching today, and you can be a part of it.
Make more. Teach. Visit teach.org. Brought to you by Teach and the Ad Council.
From the Cold Star Ice Studios, it's Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM, KUBE, Riverside.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
And welcome back. It's the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. Nothing but Inland Empire sports. We're proud to be here. I'm Pep Fernandez. That's Jeff Gorham. Weekdays, 3 to 6. So much going on in the Inland Empire. We're just happy to shine a light on it today.
Big day in high school sports here in the Inland Empire.
Yeah, again, I was at home. All my stories start out the same way, Jeff. There I was, minding my own business, doing decimals and fractions with my daughter, doing a little Spanish homework, conjugating verbs.
Hey, I can conjugate some verbs. I can. About 3. That's about it.
That's about it? Okay. Yeah. So there I was, minding my own business, and then my phone was blowing up. In fact, intern Colin was one of them that first hit me up, and he's like, hey, is Kurt Bruik really leaving? I'm like, what? What are you talking about?
Cullen scooped?
And it was true.
Nice job, Cullen.
It was true. So I texted Bruik, and yeah, it was true. And he's like, are you stunned? I'm like, yeah, I'm stunned. I was like, you got to call the show today. He's like, all right, I'll do it. So Kurt Bruik, he's a friend of the program. We appreciate him doing that. Again, the big news today, it broke, about 1 o'clock. Although, if you heard our interview, and we're going to play it again in just a second, he's been thinking about it for a little bit. On Saturday, he had the family over and went to his dad's house, and they talked about it, and his dad gave him a little bit of advice on, switching jobs and going to a different school, and in the end, it was the best decision for him.
Yeah, his dad, the legendary Dick Bruik of Fontana fame when they were like the mythical national champions.
And he did something similar, going from an established powerhouse program like Faux High, and then going to the new school, right,
Kaiser.
In Fontana, Kaiser High School. So there is a similarity between Redlands East Valley, although Rev's really not that old, but Rev going to the newer school in Citrus Valley, a school that's still looking to have some success and an identity in terms of league titles and championships and all those things, the things that Kurt Bruik was able to do for the Rev Wildcats.
That's right. And he's going to go over it, just change his colors, right? That's all it really is.
Yeah, so follow Jeff on Twitter. I retweeted it as well, but Jeff has his new gold coaching uniform that he's going to wear at Citrus Valley.
Pretty sweet.
Very stylish. Very European,
Very European. He's going to be wearing gold. And if you go to the Twitter feed at Jeffrey Gorham with a G, you can see Coach Bruik's new coaching outfit. Pretty nice.
I would love for you to change your Twitter handle to Big Jeezy.
I don't know how to do that.
Or the mayor. We'll find someone smarter than us, and you can change your Twitter handle.
It doesn't take much.
But right off the top of the show, it was the breaking news that Kurt Bruik, moving from Redlands East Valley to Citrus Valley to be their head football coach. We had a chance to talk to him. We're going to replay some of that interview here. And here was Kurt Bruik live on the Inland Sports Show talking about being the newest head coach of the Citrus Valley Blackhawks. Celebrity Hotline. It's the great Kurt Bruik. And Coach, yes, I am stunned. I think a lot of people are stunned at the timing of this. First off, why leave Redlands East Valley now and go over to Citrus Valley as the head football coach?
I think for me, it's just time for a new chapter. I think it's time to do something different. I think, sometimes change makes us uncomfortable, but at the end of the day, it's exciting.
Well, that stadium over there must feel like home already because you guys played all those games there for Redlands East Valley, right?
Yeah, that's a factor as well. Obviously not having to jump on a bus, 10 weeks in a row, that obviously is a factor. Crazy, Pep, I've been a head coach 20 years, and both places I've been, I've never had a stadium. So, again, this is just something, exciting for me.
So you were at Redlands East Valley for 16 years, 11 Citrus Belt League titles, an Inland Division CIF Southern Section Championship, a state championship. I know you're going to have a lot of fond memories at Redlands East Valley. What are some of the things that you're going to remember as the head coach of the Wildcats?
Well, I remember walking in my first day as like a 30-year-old kid, meeting the players. That was one of the scariest days of my life. And then, like I said, to today leaving school, announcing that I'm going to be leaving. it's bittersweet, in a lot of ways. I'm driving right now and I'm kind of shaking, just thinking, what am I doing, But at the same time, it provides a new opportunity,
Has your phone just been absolutely blowing up constantly?
Bananas, absolutely bananas. I thought deep down in my heart, I thought I was just going to, throw it out there, and then everything was just going to move on, just move on. It's been, a lot of support, a lot of criticism, all the above. Nothing I'm not used to, though. I mean, it's kind of the story of my life, So, with that being said, CV it's my daughter's home school. It's right down the street from my house. It's the closest high school to me, and I live in that community. So, and I've lived in that community for all of 15 years. So, it's gonna, it's like I said, it's a right move for me. The timing's never gonna be right when you leave something, but this is the only shot I got, I think.
Coach, you got a lot of gear you got to get rid of now that you have a new color scheme. Are we going to see gold pants? I want to see gold pants.
If I can find them, I'll wear them.
I'll find them for you, Coach.
Yeah, we'll find them for you if you want.
What's funny is I got a text from Tony Burrell, and that's the first thing. Well, one of the first things he said. He was like, "Man, you got a lot of gear to give away," So.
We got Coach Bruik here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. He's heading over to Citrus Valley to take over the Blackhawks program. And Coach, from the outside looking in, I always thought Citrus Valley was a good spot. They got a great stadium. They always have pretty good numbers at the varsity level. They're in Division 8 in terms of the playoffs. I mean, what do you like about that Blackhawk program? I know you haven't actually got over there yet. You'll be effective, I think it was January 8th. Does that sound right?
Yeah, that's right. I think you basically summed it all up. After you get over the shock value and you really look at the situation, it's a very, very good situation to walk into. So, I mean, that's kind of the way I'm looking at it.
Did you have much convincing, like from the wife or maybe from your dad? Did other people just kind of back off and say, "Hey, Coach, this is your call. You do what you got to do," or what were some of the other factors?
For me, it's the hardest factor for me is leaving the kids. That's the hardest thing. But as far as everyone else and my family and my friends and everyone is very supportive of my decision. Again, first they scratched their head a little bit, and then they were just like, "Hey, if that's what you want to do, we support you 100%." So, I mean, that I got that going for me. Everyone seems to understand why I'm doing what I'm doing.
Well, if they're depressed that you're leaving over there, well, just get your dad out of retirement. I know he's got a lot of gump left in him. Just say, Dad, why don't you come on over and coach, and then he can you guys can coach against each other, have a little fun.
No, thanks.
No.
One thing I'm not worried about Rev continuing to thrive. They have a great squad coming back. I see in the 3 classes of kids they got, I see great kids in there, phenomenal young men. I think they're going to be just fine. Whoever is the new leader, they're going to walk into a special group of kids. I'll tell you that.
Well, Coach, obviously your father is a legend here in the Inland Empire and just high school football in general, the great Dick Bruich. And we saw him, build up that Fontana program to be a national powerhouse. And then he went over to the new school, Kaiser. And I guess there could be some similarities between going from Redlands East Valley to Citrus Valley, which is kind of the new school in Redlands. Did he give you any advice or any pointers along the way in terms of going to a different program and kind of, again, putting your stamp on it?
We talked about it Saturday night. I was over at their house, and I was just kind of getting my mom and dad's last bits of advice. And one of the things my dad said to me that stuck is he said, "You're going to have to work harder than you've ever worked in your life." So, and I'm ready for that. I don't shy away from hard work. I can do that.
We got Coach Bruik here on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Like he said, his phone's been blowing up. It's the big news. Coach, did you really think this was just going to go under the radar? Come on.
I was hoping so. I was really hoping it would just kind of, just flow and everybody would be okay, and then we just move on. But obviously, like I said, if you're calling me to be on your radio show, it must be big news.
It must be, right?
Now, Coach, will you transfer over to the school at the second semester, teach over there, or will you continue to teach at Rev?
Yeah, this is my last week at Rev. I have 2 more days at Rev, and then I'll be at CV.
Wow.
And then the gold pants, the black and gold, it all comes out, right?
Gold shoes. I'm going to get you gold shoes, gold pants, gold shirt, gold hat. Big gold
I
finger.
think we need to go a little easy. Let's go a little easy there. Let's not go too crazy.
You're going to look like a James Bond villain on the sidelines. Gold finger.
I was thinking more MC Hammer, but it's the same thing.
Some gold lame pants.
Oh, my goodness. Hey, Coach, we appreciate the time. I know you got to go pick up your daughter, so we appreciate you making some time for us here on the Inland Sports Show. Best of luck, and, of course, we'll catch up again soon as you start your new chapter with the Citrus Valley Blackhawks. Thank you, Coach.
All right. I appreciate you guys.
All right. That's great. Well, that was the great Kurt Bruik just a little bit ago here on the Inland Sports Show. We replayed the interview and had a chance to talk to him for a little bit. He made some time for us while he was running around and picking up his daughters and doing the whole dad thing. But, yeah, 2 more days at Redlands East Valley. That's kind of a shock, right, Jeff? I mean, he's making the move, and that escalated quickly.
There is a lot of crying people. A lot of people crying over at Redlands.
Crying in the streets of Redlands.
Yes. Just be careful. Board up the doors. It could be riots. Definitely.
Yeah, the people of Redlands, it's a big shock. I mean, when Jim Walker announced his retirement, I mean, Jim Walker was a fixture at Redlands for a quarter of a century. We saw him retire at the end of last season, and now Kurt Bruik going from Redlands East Valley to Citrus Valley. There's been a lot of changes in football in the city of Redlands in the last year or two.
And I don't think Redlands can handle it. Redlands is such a stoic, long-standing, it's a very conservative city. They're probably going crazy. A lot of drinking at the tartan room tonight. A lot of drinking at the tartan room. Those of you that live in Redlands know the tartan.
Well, it depends on which side you fall, because if you're obviously a Redlands East Valley fan, you're sad to see Kurt Bruik go. But if you're a Citrus Valley player or parent or someone on that side of town,
they're going
you're
crazy.
Celebrating. There's a big party over there in the Highland area.
That's like, is that Mentone area?
That's Rev.
That's Rev.
Well, yeah.
So, yeah.
Mentone's Rev, but...
So they're drawing lines.
Yeah, Citrus Valley's by the freeway. There's that big new shopping center on the opposite side of the freeway over there, Citrus Plaza. So if you're in Citrus Plaza, you're probably throwing a party, man.
Yeah.
If Bruik was down there right now, they'd put him on their shoulders and march him around with those gold pants on and...
Yeah, he's a very polarizing figure right now. You figure half the city loves him, half the city wants to beat him up.
But in the end, and Jeff, I'm sure you've had to make some tough decisions in your career. I've done the same thing. You can't make everybody happy. Ultimately, you got to do what you got to do. What's best for you? What's best for your family? Right? I know I'm a people pleaser, and I think you are too. You want everyone to like you, and you want everyone to be happy. But in the end, like you said, that's his daughter's school. That's his neck of the woods. And it was just the right time.
Yeah, and you got to be selfish, like you said, for your family. I mean, that's whatever's best for your family. He said his daughter's that's her home school, and it's the best move for him at this time. So got to tip your hat to the guy. That's a bold move to leave a storied program. He's been there forever,
16 years, and so many great teams and great players have gone through that program. Guys who have gone on to big time Division I college programs, NFL.
Did he open the school?
Trying to think, was there another head coach before him? That was way before my time.
Yeah, I don't remember. So, I mean, he very well could have opened the school because it's not a very old school.
Google it. Intern Cullen, we Google that.
Hey, we need to know.
We don't have Google. We have Cullen. It's better. It's better than Google.
He's a human computer. He walks around and he has everything in his head.
So now Redlands East Valley is open. So is Redlands High School. They flew that job, even though Derek Dial was the interim head coach this past season, But now two premier programs in the Inland Empire looking for head coaches. And you throw Vista Murrieta in there, Jeff, as well. That's 3 big-time programs. And there's some other schools that are also in the hunt for a new head football coach. And it's going to be interesting to see how the dominoes fall in terms of the coaching carousel in the Inland Empire, because there's some big names out there that could fill these spots at Redlands and Rev and Vista Murrieta. And how this will all unfold. I mean, because a lot of these schools, they want to get their guys in place because spring football, I mean, Matt Logan touched on it. A lot of these guys get back on the field beginning in March as a team.
Yeah.
So you get through the first of the year, and you can't wait. If you wait till April or May, it's too late.
Yeah, and you got to figure, because of these openings, you have A.B. Miller's also another opening.
Yeah.
Because of these openings, it's going to set up more openings because somebody's going to leave another program.
The carousel will begin.
Yeah,
guys on the move, switching schools.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy, and they better fill those pretty quick. So,
And still, Rev, probably an attractive job to a lot of people. And we've got a short list working here on the Inland Sports Show of guys that we think will have interest or have already shown interest as soon as Kurt Bruik announced that he was leaving. And I'm sure there's some guys that, again, were blowing up his phone. Hey, Kurt, you want to call your old AD and put in a good word for me over there?
Oh, I'm sure the AD probably turned his phone off, told his secretary no phone calls today, because I'm sure we know guys that have called. I'm for a fact they're interested for sure on that one.
It's gonna be a good gig, and best of luck to Kurt Bruik over there at Citrus Valley High School, now new head coach of the Blackhawks.
Cullen just looked up. He's the human.
We don't Google. We Cullen.
He said yes. According to Max Preps, he is the only coach in Rev history.
16 years, 11 CBL titles, a state championship, an Inland Division title in the CIF Southern section. Again, he's had some great teams, some great athletes go through there, guys who have gone on to the NFL. Running back Chris Polk is a guy that obviously we talk about. Kylie Fitz, defensive end for Utah.
And you had guys that are playing at UCLA FC. Jalen Phillips.
Jalen Phillips at UCLA. Malik Levette, who's kind of an all-purpose guy for the University of Oregon Ducks. I mean, he's got guys everywhere. And as a high school head coach, that's part of the gig. You want to win football games, but you're also trying to get your guys noticed. You want to get them scholarships. You want to get them to the next level and get an education.
Yeah, and he's done so. I mean, he speaks for himself. I'm sure he'll do the same wearing the black and gold.
It's going to be weird, isn't it? Like, for a while, it's going to be a little strange to see him in different colors other than red.
Yes.
And I still got lots of Rev stuff at home. He hooked me up with, I got a Rev polo shirt. I got 2 Rev T-shirts.
Well, maybe now you're going to have some...
I don't know. I'm going to have to think twice about wearing it around town.
A gold and black shirt.
Actually, I got
black and gold.
I got Citrus Valley stuff, too.
We do got some Citrus Valley.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Yeah, we got Citrus Valley over here, the shock and awe with the Marines.
We got it all.
All right, we come back. Poor Jeff, he's sick over there. So he's usually Mr. Grumpy Pants anyways, but he's sick too. We're going to talk about that. And an international team coming to the Inland Empire to play a little high school hoops.
Oh, that's right.
Did you hear about this?
Yeah, and we can also talk more about the Ball brothers going to Lithuania.
Oh, that's right.
They're hanging out in the Baltic Sea right now, hanging out on the beach.
Is that what they're doing?
Yeah,
designing their new shoes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, those are real cool.
Yeah, stay over there. You're 16. Who's with the 16-year-old boy over there? I mean, if the parents aren't there, who's
the parental figure? I hope it's not LiAngelo. We know how that's going to end, right?
Hey, Louis Vuitton stores, close those doors.
All those high-priced stores in Lithuania, lock the doors. The Ball brothers are in town. Oh, Jeff, that's so messed up. When we come back on the Inland Sports Show, more high school football chatter. A team from down under here in the Inland Empire will play a little high school hoops. And again, poor Jeff, he's sick. We're going to make him feel better. We'll be right back on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
Inland Empire sports fans turn to the Inland Sports Show.
So you talk through the radio?
On Fox Sports IE 1350 for breaking news, exclusive interviews, and big-name guests in the IE.
With AT&T, you get more than just unlimited data.
How you guys doing? Coach Ray here. We're back at the Boost Performance Center with the one and only Pep Fernandez. Today we're going to go over our A-Skip series. We've got a couple of great videos for you guys. Come check us out. All right, so we're here with our Boost Performance School student athletes. The next drill we're actually going to demonstrate today is a butt kick skip. Now, this is a great drill that teaches us to get our foot off the ground quick, working on top end speed now, getting our foot off the ground quick and bringing our heel to our butt. So we're getting a nice rhythm. We're going to bounce. I'm going to pull my heel to my butt and put it down quick. And all it's about is getting our foot off the ground, heel to the butt. So X is going to start it off for us. You're going to get a nice rhythm, heel to the butt. Good. Nice. Keep that heel tight. Heel tight. So all we're training here is just bringing the heel to the butt. When we open up our stride, we want to get that foot off the ground and bring the heel to the butt as quickly as possible. Keep it tight, keep it tight, keep it tight. Good, good. Nice. Heel tight, heel tight, heel tight. Good. There you have it, butt kick skip. A great drill that progresses into the absolute speed A skip. We do it right here at Boost.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
We're a small family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajon, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the Crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
If you're struggling with your mortgage, there's a free government program that offers expert one-on-one advice about your mortgage options. Call 1-888-995-HOPE or visit makinghomeaffordable.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Treasury, HUD, and the Ad Council.
Understanding your finances is a key to a strong financial future. Don't be the one who gets left behind. Visit feedthepig.org for tools and tips to get started on the path to financial stability. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
My name is Tom.
My name is Cindy.
We give to and volunteer with United Way at our community free health clinic.
We know our time and money are going to the right places.
We don't just wear the shirt.
We live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Join parents and experts at Understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues designed to help you help your child thrive in school and in life. Understood.org, because understanding is everything. Brought to you by Understood.org and the Ad Council.
Now back to the Inland Sports Show. Here's Pep and Jeff.
Jeff making fun of my scoopers over here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Jeff, you see these muscles?
Yeah,
They didn't happen overnight.
I see those bones.
Look, mint chip.
Show them the bones.
Chocolate peanut butter. Pralines and cream. Bananas Royale. Man, come on.
Road to 195.
Road to 175. Pep Fernandez.
I love me some ice cream. So we both scooped ice cream growing up, right? As a job.
We did. I also worked at Dairy Queen as well.
Oh, man.
I worked for
you
both
were
of them.
deep in the ice cream game.
I worked at Straw Hat Pizza. I worked at a movie theater, and I worked at a bowling alley. I'm telling you, man, those are great jobs.
You were all over the place.
I was slinging beer in high school. I don't know how that's possible now.
Oh, no, they wouldn't let you know.
Yeah, I remember slinging beer in high school.
Well, we'd love to talk more about that. But right now, and Jeff, I was thinking about this. He's our first two-time guest since we've gone weekdays here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. It's Yancey Dodson, the head basketball coach at Riverside Poly. Coach, how are you?
Living the dream as always.
Man, our first two-time guest. I mean, you have been on more than any other guest.
What an honor and a privilege. Let's see how long that lasts.
Hey, you've had a pretty good week so far. The last week has been fantastic for the Poly Bears.
Yeah, it was a great week to be a Bear. You know, it was as good a start you could possibly have, and we certainly have a long way to go. But I really like where we are.
Great run at the Riverside Kiwanis and won the tournament championship, a 20-point win against Notre Dame, 70-50 the final score. And that's a good Notre Dame team, Coach. What did you guys do well in that victory against the Titans to clinch the title?
You know, I thought we defended very well. I mean, they're such an explosive offensive team. And, you know, they had scored 116 points and 93 points. And, you know, even if they had a bad quarter, they were always able to supplement it with some 25 or 30-point quarter and scoring a bunch of points. And I thought we defended really, really well. And that is certainly credited to Coach Showalter coming over. And even more importantly, the way that the guys have responded to Coach and his defensive schemes, and taking pride on that side of the ball. So it's been a good deal, and we run what it is that we do offensively. And Lamont Butler had 33 points and 11 rebounds. He was amazing that night. He was we scored 70 points and he had 33 of them, and we had several different guys who had between 8 and 11 points, and it was just a good overall team effort.
Yeah, and you guys are winning different ways, too. I mean, the day before, you guys played Great Oak, and you guys were in the 30s and still pulled off a victory, and then you go out and you put up 70. So you're winning different ways with different schemes. And like you said, Lamont Butler, a great young player and a great supporting cast. I shouldn't call them supporting cast because they're all intricate parts of this Poly team. You had Tobin Kuhn had a great tournament as well.
Absolutely. Both Tobin Kuhn and Lavelle Johnson, who were both all-tournament, they had outstanding, games and moments. There were several different guys throughout the course of the 5 days, had, great contributing moments to help the team be successful, throughout the course of the whole tournament. And like you mentioned, in the semis, it was a 34-32 game, And I always tell our guys, that anybody can win when you have a player make 11 threes, or you're shooting a high percentage or scoring a lot of points. Anybody can win those games. It's when you're not scoring the basketball. Can you go down to the other end and get enough stops? And we scored 34 points, and we got enough stops to hold them to 32. And yeah, it was. They're just different ways to win games, and those two back-to-back nights in the semis and in the finals were certainly two different ways to get it done.
We've got Yancey Dodson here, the head basketball coach at Riverside Poly High School, our first two-time guest here on the Inland Sports Show since we've moved to weekdays. And Coach Dodson, we wanted to give you a call because we saw that you're playing a team from Australia tonight, Trinity Prep. That game's going to tip off in less than an hour. How did you line this game up with a team from Australia here in the IE?
Several months ago, I had received, and I know if there are any high school basketball coaches out there listening, they may have received the same email from the athletic director and head basketball coach at Bonita High School in Laverne, Tim Godley. He sent out a mass email to several different coaches because he had a game scheduled with Trinity Prep, the Australian team, last night on the Monday. And so the team was looking for a game on Tuesday, which was tonight. And so several months ago, we had one opening in our schedule, and ironically, I was looking for a game this particular week because last week was the Kiwanis tournament. Next week, we're going to Vegas for the Tarkanian Classic, and the week after, we are going to San Diego for the Under Armour Holiday Classic, and in January we start league and are already playing 2 other single-day events. So I was looking for a particular game this week, and when I came across this email, I emailed Coach Godley right back, and he gave me the contact information of their head coach, name of Andrew Osnane, And, we had some email exchanges and some text exchanges, and, he's telling me to have another shrimp on the Barbie and, all these other things. And, the phone conversations that we had, the Australian accent was a whole deal. And I remember when I was in high school, I had some international experience myself going to Taiwan and Korea. And I wanted, these guys to experience that as well. They're on summer vacation. They're out here for 3 weeks, and they're playing 4 games, and they're going to Disneyland and Universal Studios and doing all the things that you do in Southern California and in the United States. And I think basketball is just a side note to the reason that they're here. But from talking to Coach Godley last night, they're a pretty good team. So we're looking forward to a good game tonight. And then we're breaking bread after the game. Gary Romano from Romano's is catering a dinner for all the players at all 3 levels. And, going to enjoy a good time.
Yancey, that when they shoot the ball, the spin is backwards. It's true.
It goes counterclockwise.
Leave it to Jeff.
And it's like yesterday. I mean, they're playing over time. They're like time travelers.
They're from the future.
Yeah, they are from the future.
Exactly.
Well, Coach, do you know anything about them other than you said that you've heard they're a pretty good team? But in a game like this, where it's more about the experience, do you even game plan? I mean, do you look up for film on these guys, or do you just take the court and say, "Good day, mate, let's play some hoops"?
No, I don't know anything about them other than I spoke with Coach Godley today, and because they played last night, and he said that they're big. And, they are. It's the second half of the JV game is going on right now, and at halftime, their players came out on the court, and they were shooting around, and, yes, they were pretty big. I think it was a 1-point game at the half, and then, Bonita's a really, really good team. And Bonita had a second-half run, and I think they ended up winning the game by 15, but he said that they're tall and they're big, and they can finish at the rim, and they have a couple kids who can shoot, and, don't expect a slouch, and, we don't. And in any game, our focus is primarily on us, and we're going to try to go out there and do what it is that we do, and here we go.
Do they play in Uggs? That's all I want to know. Do they?
Do they what?
Do they play in Uggs? That's what I want to know.
No, they don't. No, they don't. They don't do that.
Oh, that's if they would have shown up and warm up shooting in Uggs, I'd have been like, "That's great."
I would have been scared. Yes, I would have canceled the game immediately.
Well, it's Riverside Poly taking on Trinity Prep from Australia. The Bears coming off that Riverside Kiwanis Tournament Championship and playing at a very high level, and going up against the team from Down Under tonight. So, hey, Coach, what time is tip-off? I'm sure people can still head out there if they want to check out this game.
Yes, tip-off is at 6 o'clock right here in the Poly Gym.
There you go, Jeff. Put on the Uggs. Get over there.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Hey, you know what? You're a second-time caller. We'll expect a phone call from you tomorrow.
Oh yeah, please do. I want to try and keep my lead amongst our multiple-time guests.
Yes. You know, honestly, we should keep track. I know some of the late-night talk shows.
Yes.
Keep track of which guests are like Saturday Night Live. Who comes on? What host comes on the most? And guest hosts. We need to keep track of who comes on this show most. And right now, Yancey Dodson, the head basketball coach at Poly, out to the early lead.
Good job, Yancey. Way to stay ahead, buddy.
Absolutely. Like Jeff said on my first appearance, I have the face for radio. Thanks, Jeff.
Coach, you're the best. Good luck tonight against the guys from Down Under.
God knows we're going to need it. Thanks, guys.
All right, thanks, Coach. Yancey Dodson, the head basketball coach at Riverside Poly High School, taking on that team from Trinity Prep from Australia. Jeff, you played professional in Australia.
I did. I played in New Zealand as well. I like New Zealand a lot better than Australia. You know why?
No.
Because everything in Australia can kill you. You got sharks that'll kill you. You got the most poisonous snake in the world that'll kill you. You got the most poisonous spider in the world that'll kill you. You know what they got in New Zealand? You close your eyes and you point, and whatever you point at is going to be a sheep. And I don't know a sheep alive that can kill you.
They're pretty nice and fluffy.
Yeah. And there's no snakes in New Zealand. There's no bugs in New Zealand.
And they also got the Hobbit houses.
They do. There's the Shire. I'm telling you, man.
The Shire. Yeah,
dude, we used to play at some shires in New Zealand. Man, we used to whoop on those hairy-feeted little guys.
Are they good at basketball in Australia? Like, is it a growing? I know they like the footy,
basketball,
right?
In Australia, it's a very good basketball. In fact, I played for Andrew Gaze's father, who's, I don't know if you guys remember, Andrew Gaze was one of the all-time Olympic scoring champions. Luke Longley also played over there as well.
Oh, yeah, Luke Longley, the center for the Chicago Bulls with Michael Jordan, right? Those teams?
Yes, I mean, some great teams. They have several different leagues in Australia. New Zealand, though, man, New Zealand is the place to go because what you do is you play prior to the big rugby games. So, like, you had the All Blacks, the world champion All Blacks team, and we played in Dunedin, and you would show up in Dunedin before the All Blacks game. And
Wait, so you played in the same stadium?
No. What you do is you go to the pubs, you drink really heavily, you go watch the basketball game, and you yell and scream at the basketball players, and then you go drink some more, and then you go to the All Blacks, the best team in the world, and they would march.
Did you watch a lot of rugby when you were down there?
I love rugby.
Do you really?
I can do the hop, I can't do it anymore because I would pull something. But no, it was awesome. There's nothing like going to a rugby match. And like I said, if you look up the All Blacks, they are the best rugby team in the world, and you should see them play like South Africa, and it was.
So the guys who played on that team, were they like rock stars down there?
Yes.
Were they like the biggest names in sports down there in that part of the world?
Yes, and it was cool to wear like the sweater, as I think they called it,
like their jersey, the sweater.
And I still have a sweater from when I was there. That's got to be 25 years old, and it still looks perfect. I could wear it.
What about you? Playing professional basketball in Australia, would you walk around and be like, "Oh my gosh, good day, mate, Chef Gorm"?
No,
crikey.
No, but I did have a car though. I had a yellow car that said Cadbury on the side after the chocolate.
Wait, how did that happen?
Well, it was part of the deals. I drove around in this yellow car. It said Cadbury on the side. It looked.
Were they a sponsor of the team?
They were a sponsor of the team, and I was.
Wait, it was part of the deal. Hey, Jeff, we want to sign you to play pro down here, but you got to drive the Cadbury car.
Yeah, and it was bright yellow. It was it was ridiculous. And I had a flat. It was cool. I mean, I roomed with Dwayne Cooper, who was a USC guy, played for the Lakers for a short time. And, we drove around this yellow car. But we never – I'll say this. Since I did play basketball there, we never paid for a meal, ever. So I was in Australia and New Zealand, never paid for a meal.
How long were you there?
About 2.5 years. I'd go there.
Off and on
for
the season?
For the winter over there, and it would be our summer, and then I would just vice versa. It was cool.
What was the pro team called in Australia? I want to Google them.
You had the –
I'm going to call on them.
You had the Brisbane Bullets.
The Brisbane Bullets.
That's
you got that, Cullen? Brisbane Bullets.
The Brisbane
BRISBANE.
And then there was a couple teams that were sponsored by Cadbury, but yeah, I was with the Bullets. In fact, Mike Mitchell, who is the women's basketball coach at Santiago, was a player of after I was there.
No kidding.
Yeah, so he was a Brisbane Bullet as well. So yeah, I played for Brisbane.
Do you have any like old jerseys or sweaters or warm ups or anything?
I have some old jerseys. They hang in my closet. My wife probably couldn't even wear them. I was a very thin guy at the time. And then in New Zealand, I was in Otago, which is on the South Island. Those of you, Dunedin was another little town that
by the Shire.
Yeah, by the Shire. But I'll tell you, those Shire guys, they were weak. We could post them up. I was like,
New Zealand was weak.
Yeah,
Australia was pretty good though.
Yeah, because you had the Baggins family. You had the whole Lord of the Rings clan over there. You just dominate them.
Samwise Gamgee?
Yeah, Samwise.
You're posting up Samwise?
He had no left hand at all. None.
All right, we come back. I know he sounds great, but he is under the weather. Jeff Gorm.
Oh, yeah.
Battling plain sick.
I have typhoid. I have typhoid fever right now.
So we're going to try to make Jeff feel a little bit better. Plus, we also have a statement from Sua Craven's agent about the fact that he has been cleared for football, but we're not going to see him for the rest of the season. There's only a couple games left in the NFL season, but he will come back in 2018. So we're going to read that statement as well. We will be right back here on the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
The Inland Empire's home for all things IE just got even better. Introducing the award-winning Inland Sports Show with Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Weekdays 3 to 6 p.m.
Your local sports leader in the Inland Empire. Fox Sports IE 1350.
I played once upon a time at Centennial High School. I was actually on the first ever CIF championship team back in 2000, and then my senior year we won it again. I think that's my passion because I've done it. You know, I know exactly where these athletes are at. I know what their mindset is right now. I know how hard it is to, number one, find a performance coach who can take you to the next level. what sets us apart has to be, how we work with our athletes and what we know. We can take an athlete and help them reach their athletic potential, help them, prevent injuries, help get them stronger. I know every single athlete who steps into this gym. I know exactly where they're at, and I'm going to progress them every week. If you're not getting results, then, really what's it about? We're going to deliver something that's measurable, in terms of speed, power, strength, agility.
Welcome to the local sports leader in the Inland Empire, the Inland Sports Show. You can find us on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM every single Saturday at 11 a.m. plus live and amplified around the world on the Inland Sports channel on YouTube. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button.
This is Kenny Clark from the Green Bay Packers, and you're watching the Inland Sports Show.
Inland Sports is the undisputed sports leader in the IE and two-time finalist for the top TV radio show in the Inland Empire, thanks to our big-name guests, exclusive interviews, video highlights, and of course, nobody breaks more news than Inland Sports. Hosted by Big Salty Jeff Gorham and the IE Media Personality of the Year, Pep Fernandez, honored by the CIF Southern Section with its Champion for Character Award, the National Football Foundation, the Southern California Football Coaches Association, the Inland Empire Baseball Coaches Association, and the San Bernardino City Unified School District. We've teamed up with some outstanding companies in our community that are proud to call the IE home, and they care about local sports.
Hey, what's up, Pep? You too cool to come down here, man? Too big time now?
You can join our team too. If you're a local business or owner, shoot us an email at inlandsportshow@gmail.com. Nobody covers local sports like Inland Sports. Find us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
Always want to play the best teams, even in the playoffs. If we win the playoffs, I want it to be like we earned it.
Help us spread the word, and thanks for making Inland Sports the local sports leader in the Inland Empire.
We're small, family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajon, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
The absolute fastest 3 hours of my day, Monday through Friday, is right here on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. So much to talk about today. Things going down. They're popping off in the Inland Empire today, Jeff. And the big news, Kurt Bruik.
He's going across town. He's going to be gold, black and gold.
Black and gold. You tweeted out a picture of his official coaching attire.
Yes.
Some people have already seen it on Twitter. It's amazing.
It's a great outfit. I can't wait to see Coach in it. Going over to Citrus Valley.
Oh, it's the big news. He's going to be leading the Blackhawks. Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 a.m. We mentioned it. We're here weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. Nothing but the good stuff here in the Inland Empire. We've got some breaking news going down on the show. We've been hyping up the return of Kawhi Leonard out of King High School, returning to the San Antonio Spurs lineup with that quad injury. We thought it might take place on Saturday against Phoenix. Didn't happen. Then they were targeting tonight on the road at Dallas. Jeff, is it happening or not?
Well, it looks like it's a late start because probably a television game. But as of now, Kawhi Leonard is out.
They have him listed as out?
They have him listed as out.
Oh, man.
But, yeah, Coach Pop said all day long that this was going to be Kawhi's day to play.
The last couple of days, ever since Saturday when he did not play against the Phoenix Suns, they said, nope, Tuesday will be the day. On the road at the Dallas Mavericks. Tuesday is the day. Get ready for Kawhi, the pride of King High School. And it looks like he might have been a light scratch.
No!
No
he's
more
warming up.
How do you know he's warming up?
Because it's on the ESPN website right now. I just looked at it. It says Leonard warms up prior to season debut.
All right. So maybe it is happening.
It is ESPN, so you never know.
Yeah. We will keep you posted as they are set for tip-off. Spurs and Mavericks, and Kawhi Leonard looking to play his first game of the season. That random quad injury, Jeff, and because you're more familiar with the basketball injuries than I am, kind of an injury you don't see a lot in the basketball game.
Yeah, I think we talked about this early last week, is that he and Tony Parker had the exact same injury. Their quad was detached from their tendon, and that's unheard of. They haven't had an injury like that in the NBA in years. I think they equated it to their workout regimen because they both work out together. And so the same injury, kind of strange. Wild, wacky stuff.
Before we leave the air, we'll get confirmation on what Kawhi Leonard is doing tonight. Hopefully his season debut against the Dallas Mavericks tonight. Another local guy from out of Vista Marietta High School that made some news today, Sua Cravens. Remember, early in the season, Sua Cravens just kind of disappeared. Yeah, he did. And people were speculating that he didn't have the love for football anymore. He didn't want to play in the NFL. They really weren't sure what was going on. It was very strange because he went under the radar. He wasn't talking to the media. He was on social media, and he would tweet and put Instagram posts about random things, nothing really directly back to the Washington Redskins or the NFL or football. But he was just kind of laying low, and people were like, well, maybe he just doesn't want to play. Maybe there's something else going on. Well, finally, we get a statement. This is coming from his agent, and I'm going to read it directly. And if you're watching this live and amplified right now on the channel, you can see it as well. So, the big thing out of that was he's excited for the 2018 season. He didn't say coming back in the next couple of weeks to rejoin the Redskins. He's already looking ahead to next year. So, kind of peculiar.
Yeah, like I said, I think he's been in Tibet. I think he's been a monk hanging out up in the Himalayas. And, honestly, I think that's what he's doing. He's in Zen right now. He's in a state of Zen. Maybe he's cryogenically frozen somewhere and is saving his body
he's
for
coming
next year.
out.
Yeah, could be.
I remember he had I think it was a 4th of July barbecue down in Temecula. He just put it on like Instagram and Twitter. Hey guys, I'm going to be at the whatever park in Temecula. Come on down. We're going to just have a big barbecue and play games and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, Sua Cravens, man. He's a man of the people.
He is a definite man of something,
When he was at Vista Marietta High School, he was so fun to watch. He was such a good, fun-loving guy. I hope everything's good with him. We want to see him back on the field with the Washington Redskins. And he's actually done the show. When he was at USC, he did the show a couple times, and we got him before he started his rookie season with the Washington Redskins. So we'll effort to get him back on here, and hopefully everything's good with Sua Cravens out there. So he's doing better. Oh, we got breaking news?
Kawhi Leonard is in the lineup. He is 1 for 1. He's got 1 rebound, 2 points.
So his first game back and already hit his first field goal. 1 for 1 from the field.
He is shooting 1,000%.
He definitely is. So Kawhi Leonard in the lineup tonight for the San Antonio Spurs against the Dallas Mavericks, coming back from that quad injury. Had not played up until this point, but good to see him back out there. Probably the best two-way player in the game right now.
Yes.
Not named Jeff Gorham.
Yes. I never played defense anyway, so it doesn't matter.
So Kawhi's healthy. He's back with the San Antonio Spurs. Sua Craven's feeling a lot better, getting ready to resume to all football activities. But Jeff Gorham over here, I am just feeling under the weather, not doing well.
I have typhoid. I'm telling you, man, my kids did something to me. I'm feeling wretched. I feel horrible.
Not good, huh?
No, I'm serious. I'm starting to hallucinate. I'm looking at you. You look like you're about 6'8". Yeah, I'm having problems here. I'm struggling.
If I look 6'8", then we do have an issue here.
I am struggling.
See, I really never see you with an orange in your hand, so I thought you might have been battling scurvy, but I guess that's not true.
I have been taking been on ships and gone across the Atlantic a few times, so maybe
for one of those professional basketball gigs.
I'm telling you, man, it's the scurvy.
Speaking of your professional basketball, Jeff, I Googled Brisbane Bullets.
Yeah, I told you.
Jeff Gorham to just see what would come up.
Probably not a lot of anything. Not a lot of stats.
Straight to the Google, right? So I Googled Jeff Gorham and Brisbane Bullets, and here's what it gave me. Hello, Savi.
It gave a picture of Jack Sparrow.
Jeff is Jack Sparrow, Captain Jack.
Well, that's my scurvy. That's the scurvy right there.
So you're basically a pirate.
I'm a pirate. I've always been known as a pirate. Arr.
So, yeah, I searched Jeff Gorham and Brisbane Bullets, hoping to maybe dig up, an old, maybe a newspaper photo or old team photo or something.
I had beautiful hair back then.
Unfortunately, all I got was the captain of the Black Pearl, Jack Sparrow, for Jeff Gorham over here.
Not a bad search right there.
And you know what? What's funny is I just Googled your name, period, just to see what would come up. And one of them is a picture I got of you screaming on the sidelines when you were the head coach at Norte Vista.
Wow, look at that.
You remember that?
God, I was thin then, wasn't I? Look at that.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, he was thinner. Love the pirate music. Then there's a picture of you and I hanging out the Ontario Fury.
Oh, that's right. That was a great one.
Yeah, I did the play-by-play for the Ontario Fury, and I got you tickets for you and your family. He came out on the field after the game.
That was when all the cheerleaders went and attacked Connor, and he was bright red the entire day. Changed his life.
See, here's a picture of the pirate Jeff. Looks like on Riverside TV.
Oh, that's definitely.
I'm gonna Google your name more. I like seeing what comes up here.
Oh,
actually. So. There's a picture of you and I with Kenny Clark. There's a lot of inland sports pictures.
Hey, that's the big one right now. Hey, Kawhi Leonard's 3 for 3, 6 points.
He is the man. He's lighting it up. Yeah, there's a lot of pictures of the Inland Sports Show when you search Jeff Gorham. I was just seeing what would randomly come up.
My arrest records.
Maybe my favorite's Jack Sparrow, but that was the other one. I just saw another random one. I'm like, oh, there's a picture of Bradford. Why did that?
Bradford wearing an ascot.
Intern Bradford.
Hey, there's my wedding picture there.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, that's a good one. Yeah, if you want to see a hot lady, check it out.
Jeff and his wedding photo. I'm going to search real quick. We got like one more minute before we hit the break. Jeff Gorham, basketball. So I'm going to narrow down the search just a little bit. No, it's a lot of the same stuff. It's some Jelly Bellies that Jim Clover brought for us.
That's on there already?
Yeah. Who's this guy, though? Looks like Adam Morrison, but it's not.
Hey, that's a guy. That's another Jeff Gorham?
That's another Jeff Gorham.
Spelled the same way?
Spelled the same way. He looks like Adam Morrison, the basketball player.
Dude, I am way better looking than. I have better hair than that guy, and he's got hair.
You're way better looking than him. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Let's see. Jeff Gorham. I could do this all day, but
oh yeah,
yeah. There's some Jeff Gorham pictures. So if you want to amuse yourself, just search his name and type in basketball.
Just don't. Whatever you do, don't type in Jeff Gorham nudes.
There better not be anything out there under that.
Whoa! When you type, just make sure that you just.
Let's keep it clean here.
Yes, exactly.
That's pretty much it. So Jeff Gorham, aka the Pirate. Jack Sparrow, captain of the Black Pearl.
That's me.
I would like to see a picture of you playing for the Brisbane Bullets. Do you have something like that at home?
I have stuff at home.
Please we'll tweet it out. I'd love to see it, actually.
Oh, it's always nice seeing pictures of me when I was skinny. But I will say this. I had one of my best games when I was sick, ever. I was at Cal Baptist.
Save that. Save that.
Okay, all right.
The sickness continues. Jeff battling scurvy and
typhoid. I got typhoid.
And all kinds of stuff over here.
Horrible.
We're going to wrap this show up. We'll get you set for the big show coming up tomorrow. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show when we come back on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
The Inland Empire's home for all things IE just got even better. Introducing the award-winning Inland Sports Show with Pep Fernandez and Jeff Corup.
Weekdays 3 to 6 p.m.
Your local sports leader in the Inland Empire. Fox Sports IE 1350.
Here's a list of reasons why AT&T Prepaid is the perfect holiday gift.
We're small, family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajon, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the Crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using, we do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car, whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Corup.
Hey, welcome back to the Inland Sports Show, proudly brought to you by Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change, Kin Sporting Goods, Boost Performance Training, and Catalano Motors in Corona. Are you okay, Jeff? Why are you looking at the phone line?
I'm just checking to see if anybody's calling.
You are kind of freaking me out right now. Right now, let's go to the Boost Performance Training update desk. Intern Colin with an update on the great Kawhi Leonard out of King High School.
Leonard, 4 minutes, 6 points, 2 rebounds.
Believe it.
That's triple-double numbers.
Great start. Jeff, you're kind of freaking me out, man. You keep looking at the phone line like you're dialing something up.
I was hoping somebody was going to give us a call, but apparently they're...
But you are sick today. You've battled for 3 hours. We appreciate it for the people of the IE.
Typhoid's tough, man.
But you said you had one of your best college basketball games ever when you were sick.
I did. I was at Cal Baptist, and it was against Vanguard at Vanguard. And I remember I was puking. I had a fever, but I'll tell you, I was zeroed in. I was focused. I had 41 points that night.
41. So you were basically Michael Jordan against the Utah Jazz.
I was sick. I was feverish. I had the chills. I was hallucinating, and I felt terrible. And I went out and put up 41.
You might be hallucinating right now.
I am right now. I'm telling you, I feel horrible. I can't wait to go home. I'm going to put my feet in some hot water. I might put a cold compress on my forehead. And then I might cry a little bit. And then I'll go to bed.
And your wife's working tonight, so you got the kids. It's 2 against 1. They're on the power play. The kids have outnumbered you.
Professor Gorham is working tonight. And, I got baby Zika and Johnny are going to be at home, and they're
just running wild.
They're going to run amok, and I have to give them baths.
They're going to want dinner. They're going to need baths.
You know what dinner is going to be tonight?
McDonald's.
McNuggets on the way home. That's the Tuesday night staple. But I got to stop. I got to get some kind of medication here to help me combat this typhoid that I'm suffering.
Well, you've had one of your best shows, so just like your basketball days, feeling under the weather. But you rise up to the occasion. That's a true champion.
I was focused. I'm ready to go for tomorrow. Tomorrow, we got a huge show coming up tomorrow.
Oh, we got some great guests lined up. We're going to have the return of world-famous intern Angel.
He's
going to check in. We've also efforting Kurt Sandoval from ABC7. We'll talk Rams and Ball Brothers, Dodgers, all kinds of good stuff.
I'm going to talk about his wife. That sounds mean, but I'm going to actually talk about his wife.
You're a big fan of Jeannie Zelasco, another sports broadcaster.
I'm kind of hoping that I can, tell him that, if she ever dumps him and I dump my wife.
It's kind of your first crush, right?
Yeah, she was definitely one of my first. Oh, Jeannie Zelasco. I loved hearing her voice.
Also, Daniel Gonzalez, star football player for the University of Redlands, All-American.
All-American.
The All-American Daniel Gonzalez. And Coach Jackson Wood from Hillcrest High School. He's got a really good team out there.
Yeah, they're pretty darn good. In fact, I'm going to bet. See, I thought Hillcrest football team would win the CIF championship. I'm going to go out on a limb again.
You were just a little bit early. You meant basketball. You said football. You meant
basketball. I think Hillcrest is going to go out and win a CIF championship this year under the guidance and tutelage of Jackson Wood.
So that's a big show tomorrow. Jeff, are you going to be here? Are you feeling okay? You're going to bounce back?
I'm going to bounce back. I will battle through the typhoid and the coughing and the scurvy, and I will be back tomorrow ready.
Well, I wasn't sick, but my sports moment of being injured was a high school soccer game. It was the CIF quarterfinals.
You were in the quarterfinals?
We were taking on the Paradise Bobcats. It was a very tense situation.
Meow.
I had sprained my ankle so bad I was on crutches. It was bad, but it was my senior year, and I told the coach, Coach, we're going to overtime. I need to play. This could be my last game of my illustrious high school career.
Yes.
And he plugged me in there.
He did?
In the game. In the second period of overtime, we were down 2-1, so it could have been the last 10 minutes of my career. And I played. I went out there hobbling around like Kurt Gibson.
And?
Just like Kurt Gibson. And I scored the tying goal against the Paradise Bobcats.
You really did?
And then my boy Teddy McDonald scored the game winner, and we went to the CIF semifinals. That was my moment.
Really?
That's a true story.
So you, at one point in your life, you scored.
I did. Lots of goals. Hey! Come on.
That's a good one, though.
Yeah, that was my moment. Of course, in the semifinals, we got destroyed by Pleasant Valley High School, the home of Aaron Rodgers, Green Bay Packers quarterback. But that's a different story.
What's his sister's name?
Not Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady.
Well, he's got to have a sister.
He has the brother who was on The Bachelor. Remember?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they don't even talk to each other.
No,
there's bitter feud between.
Oh, you want another quick Aaron Rodgers story?
Yeah, I do want an Aaron Rodgers
for all you
story.
Packer fans out there. So we had an award called the North State Heisman, and his senior year at Pleasant Valley High School, he did not win the North State Heisman for the big ABC7 affiliate up there that I used to work at.
Did he cry?
He was runner-up. The winner was Kyle Harbaugh, running back from the Corning Cardinals.
Oh.
And Aaron Rodgers' dad wrote a letter to the TV station saying, "My son's a star. You guys got it all wrong." And we all just kind of laughed because we're like, "Dude, it's Kyle Harbaugh, man. Kyle Harbaugh for the Corning Cardinals is a stud. He deserves the award."
Yeah.
Your son, he's a good high school quarterback, but Kyle Harbaugh is the star. We can all see it.
So Dad was angry.
Yeah, and of course, we all know how that panned out. Aaron Rodgers now will go down as one of the greatest ever in the NFL. And Kyle Harbaugh, I'm not sure where he's at right now.
He's working for a shoe company. He's a cobbler. He's making shoes.
He's a cobbler.
He's a cobbler.
He might be. I don't know, but I look back on that and I wonder where he is right now because we all thought that Kyle Harbaugh was going to be the big football star and not Aaron Rodgers.
He is a cobbling star. He's a cobbler. He cobbles. He makes shoes.
Dude, I just completely destroyed the sole on my shoe. Can you help me out, Kyle Harbaugh?
Kyle Harbaugh with his little nails and hammer will fix your shoes.
Oh, it's been a wonderful show. With big thanks to Spoiled. Quick quality oil change. You'll be spoiled by their great customer service and low prices. Ken Sporting Goods, more than 40 years in the Inland Empire. They will take care of all your sporting gear needs and Letterman's jackets. That's time of year. Perfect for Christmas gifts for the athlete in your life. Boost Performance Training. If you're going to go to Ken's and look good with all the cool sporting gears, you better play good too, right?
Yeah, you better buy a cup from there.
Step your game up. Go to Boost Performance Training. And if you got to get to Boost, you got to get a new car. Catalano Motors in Corona off Temescal Canyon Road.
Minivan!
Minivans just for Jeff. In fact, they might have one on the lot, and they'll save it for you, Jeff, if you really want it.
I want a white van conversion, please, with shag carpeting.
Oh, we got a big show tomorrow. We're going to keep it going. Daniel Gonzalez, U of R football. Kurt Sandoval, ABC7, world-famous Intern Angel, and Coach Jackson Wood from Hillcrest High School. We'll do it all over again right here on the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. We'll see you tomorrow.